been dropped into our lap, but Doug, I'm sure you guys are going to get after it today.
Later in the show, we'll get to the latest out of Ann Arbor and Michigan right out of the gate. But later in the show, we'll get a little bit into
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about the game?
I don't know yet. How about that for a vague answer?
Oh, will you know sometime between 10 and 2?
I hope so. The funny thing about it is, people make a pick. Sometimes you have a really good feel for how a game's going to go, and other times I can't quite wrap my head around what I think is going to happen here because I actually expect the Lions to be able to move the football quite well. I'm questioning whether or not they can get enough stops, but it's funny how because they got enough against Dallas, I feel like we're devaluing Dallas's offense now because the Lions got some stops, and we shouldn't do that. So I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around this one. So being honest with the audience.
That's good. You have 4 hours to figure it out. Carson Anderson coming up next. 97.1.
WX 101.1 WGRY Roscommon. Up North Sports Radio. Leading the lineup on the Detroit Sports Network.
Women are shoppers, so they have no trouble finding gifts for anyone on their Christmas list. I'm Erin Martins of Hogan's Diamond Jewelers in Gaylord. Men? Well, guys struggle, especially when it's time to buy her Christmas gift. Guys come in our store with money in their pockets and a deer in headlights look. They have no clue what to get her. If you've never been in Hogan's before, years ago we came up with a plan to help you guys out. We do wish lists. Women fill out lists with several items they like, things they'd love to get for Christmas. We keep the list so that when you guys come in hoping to find your Christmas gift, we have the list for you. It can't get any easier than this. We even gift wrap it for you. Men's weekend at Hogan's Jewelers is Saturday and Sunday, December 13th and 14th. The theme is whiskey and wish lists. Sound fun? It will be, I guarantee it. And by the time you walk out, you'll feel like a hero because you got her a gift that she wants. There may be some surprises too, but you need to come in and see about those. We're Hogan's Diamond Jewelers, the brightest spot on Main Street, M32 in downtown Gaylord.
The countdown begins now. Ring in the new year with us at Bay Mills Resort and Casino. Win big with random free play hot seat draws. And don't miss your chance to win $2,026 at 11:30 p.m. Enjoy live entertainment with The Nameless December 31st, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. in the Back Bay. Come for the fun, stay for the tunes. Visit BayMillsCasinos.com or like us on Facebook for more information. Bay Mills Resort and Casino, where the new year starts with a win.
Good morning, Northern Michigan. Welcome to Friday Faceoff here on Up North Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY, brought to us by tvcairport.com and our good friends that are now sponsoring our website, the Gaylord Gardner White. Jerry Coyne live in studio with Rich Calkins and Gordon Miller. Miller Lending has returned to pontificate on the woes of the Michigan Athletic Department.
The woes of everything.
What happened?
It's woe week.
Woe is me.
It's not just the Michigan week, but I'm sitting there following the winter meetings, and
right.
The Dodgers and Tigers have a deal in place pending physicals, and I'm like, how do you get a journalism card if you're just going to throw out a wild error like that? But I think Scooble's now been traded to 9 different teams. We've gotten 47 prospects. It's all good. We're getting a center fielder, a third baseman, 4 starting pitchers, and 3 relievers.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Right.
At least, yes. Turtle dove's coming.
But that whole Michigan fiasco right now, obviously you go for...
Fiasco, isn't that a side dish that you get with your veal
I think
parm?
so, yes, exactly.
That's Chipotle, right?
Yeah, but it's just wild to go from, the head coach at Michigan, starting your day, and then all of a sudden later on in the evening you're sitting in jail with assault charges, and your whole world got turned upside down.
Well,
it's wild.
Talk about a cherry on top of a number of problems that have happened at the University of Michigan.
Yes.
Now the conversation is kind of twofold. How long does Ward Emanuel have his job?
Sure.
And how quickly do you need to hire a big name football coach?
Quick.
Part of me thought the well-being and the stuff that I heard about Biff Poggi when he had to coach the team, that the team actually enjoyed being under his tutelage more than Sharon Moore. That was, I don't know how well documented that was, or if it's just PR or whatever. By all accounts, and seeing some interviews with Poggi, it's understandable. The guy, it comes off as really funny, really sharp, really personable, and he's a billionaire.
Yeah, and he but he's like one of the guys too. Real relatable.
So part of me was like, well, can he run this football program for a year so you can let the dust settle? But how many guys are going to go out the door? So far, they've only had one player turn back.
Decommit.
Yeah, and I know it's hard to follow up with the rules because there doesn't seem to be a lot of rules in the transfer portal.
More like guidelines than rules.
Yeah, but if your coach is fired, you can immediately look to leave the program. But the portal is opening up on January 2nd.
Yes.
So, obviously there's a few names involved. You are saying Kalen DeBoer or bust. I don't know if you leave Alabama, which never has any scandals, I mean, what was the last one?
When was the last one?
Yeah, what was the last huge scandal at the University of Alabama's athletic department?
Let's get Paul Feinbaum on line one.
Okay. I'd love to get
the mouth from the south, I would love it.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to call about the tree. I want to be an Auburn caller. I want to call about the tree.
The funny thing is we're doing 97.1 The Ticket here now.
Yeah.
And a couple people are talking about, you guys were way harder on Michigan State for Mel Tucker than this. I don't know. I think the Mel Tucker story on ESPN was about a minute and a half. Okay? Right. They are doing 10, 15-minute segments on this. But
starting shows with it.
Part of that is the fact that it's the biggest alumni association in the United States by far, and one of the maybe 10 biggest brands in athletics, not just college. I mean, U of M has stood for a lot of things. Now it seems to stand for complete ineptitude, lying, cheating,
scandalous.
But
winning.
Yeah, winning
at all costs.
Winning at all costs. Well, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, as they like to say.
That's an old adage.
But I can't help. I love Jim Harbaugh, but almost all of this is on him. I don't think it's nearly as much as Ward Manuel as it is on Jim Harbaugh. He dinked and dunked and didn't make a decision to leave the University of Michigan athletic program until the window closed. Then they were totally forced into taking Sharon Moore.
Same for JJ. JJ left after the portal closed.
Yeah, I mean it was.
Yeah. So it was Davis Warren time.
So it was a total mess. That and Sharon Moore looked like he was you probably could have coached the team to most of those wins, maybe not the Ohio State win, but who knows how much that had to do
32 straight running plays, I could do that.
That was Penn State, not Ohio State.
I know.
Well, actually, it was pretty much the Ohio State game as well.
Right,
and then he got totally lucky by beating Ohio State. Ohio State beat themselves in Columbus last year. But, it just goes to show that Sharon Moore was not vetted enough. He certainly wasn't mature enough to run this program.
They didn't have time to do anything else.
For sure.
What could you do in February when spring practice is in March?
Like I said, it goes back to Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm. Right, that decision, right, and I agree. I mean, I agreed the year before, to go ahead and keep flirting with the NFL, then say you're done. You didn't get the Vikings job, I'm done, I'm going to be here forever, then the next job that comes along, well, I'm not quite done. Well, now it's because the NCAA is going to kick me out.
What is his
5-year
show cause?
Yeah.
I think they're going for John Harbaugh. That'd be.
I've heard that name. I've heard every name
John
other than Rich Calkins. I have not heard your name.
Throw it in there. Why not? But I think
Mike
they're
Tomlin.
done with the Harbaugh situation. I don't think they're going to.
That's why they're saying Jesse Minter. That name.
He's got a 1-year show cause.
Well, Jed Fish and Minter and
Jed Fish.
Anybody connected to the Harbaugh program.
I think Jed Fish is the guy. To be perfectly honest with you, I think that is way more logical and practical than Kalen DeBoer. I mean, obviously you got a call. I mean, you got to call Marcus Freeman. I mean,
Right.
Yeah, and
You got to at least make the call for sure.
Why would Marcus?
but
Freeman
who is making the
consider-
call?
Who is? Yeah, that's exactly right.
Washtenaw County Police. I don't know. The thing about this that could really just put a nail on the coffin of Ward Manuel is if they, you heard that this. It seems like everybody knew about it. It just seems like the players knew about it. That anybody associated to the program knew that this was going on. That somebody the week before this all came out, I think it was the morning of Ohio State maybe, came out and ran the article that Sharon Moore was having an affair with a staffer and that he needed to go.
But
so if they covered this up, they're done. He's done. Ward Manuel would be done.
Okay. Bob Wojnarowski was on. He does a night show.
Yes.
He's on at 6 o'clock. I know Wojo for a long time. He is a University of Michigan grad. He's an award-winning columnist, and he goes, yeah, those rumors have been swirling around the program for about 9 months. Okay, but you don't report unsubstantiated rumors.
You need to have proof.
And, obviously, people tend to lie when they're called out on the carpet.
Sure.
But, from all the storytelling that it is, when they first asked Sharon what's going on, he said nothing.
Right.
Okay? And the staffer said the exact same thing.
Right.
Then the heat got too bad. This is what's coming out now. And then he said, well, you got to go. Okay, to the gal who he's sleeping with, who's his personal assistant, right?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
And she's like, I'm not going.
Right.
And then came to forth, and then all the stuff was laid in their lap.
I'm gonna burn this thing down to the ground.
Well, no. She's just supposed to shut up?
Oh, no.
Here's $50, hon. Thanks.
They did one of the things.
Her dad works for the Bears.
Yeah, her dad is a high-ranking
if
scout.
I were him,
Bears.
I'd be asking for NFL security for her too, because
oh yes,
they told everybody what block she lives on.
Oh, that's
look at the New York Post published her picture.
Yes,
the picture was everywhere.
The U of M is up for another massive lawsuit.
Oh, for sure. They almost doubled her salary a year ago.
But there was this gal on McAfee's show that says, she goes, this gal on McAfee who kind of reports on this, personal malfeasance in athletics.
TMZ,
right?
The TMZ segment?
No, she's not a TMZ. Yeah, the TMZ.
They did some of the reporting, but yeah.
But, because it's salacious.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
That's what TMZ stands for, salacious.
Yes.
Says that this is probably going on in 50 to 75 athletic departments in college. And I don't doubt it. Well,
Bobby Petrino's laughing somewhere.
Yeah. This is not
the visual's not quite the same, Bobby, but with the neck brace and
finally
the
mattered. You lost to Ohio State. It finally matters. You can't do this anymore.
How
many, what percentage? I said yesterday, 50% of the coaches are probably cheating or have cheated. It's not like this is unique.
Urban Meyer.
Thank you.
I mean, the only coaches that we could probably think that this never happened to, Woody Hayes.
Probably. A good shot there, yeah.
Although it wouldn't be surprising if
he had a secretary, right?
Yeah.
So that traveled all the time.
I think Bo couldn't have, because his heart was so bad that he would have had a heart attack, and
that would have been really bad for the program. Right. 911. What happened? Oh, I got a gentleman here that's not breathing. Yeah, right.
Whoops.
So let's go back to the actual just sports portion of this.
Okay.
Who is going to end up in this chair?
Yeah. And who's going to make the decision?
Well, let me ask one quick question that's been on my mind since I've been off the show. I'm not around you guys and trying to text Jerry as much as I could, because I'm I can't get up to date information unless I've got Jerry's update. But if they had beaten Ohio State, does this happen?
Well, that's the whole thing that's going on. Did they know? What did they know?
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't want to get involved in this because it's not. It will all come out in the wash. What did they know? Did they want? They had a great recruiting class coming in. They didn't want to punch holes in it.
Underwood would leave.
Yeah. Well, look at what happened to Penn State. But I'm asking the question: do you go get Matt Campbell? He hasn't. He doesn't have a recruiting class,
Right.
I don't know what his buyout is,
And he
or what
always
everything else.
kind of wanted the Michigan job.
What do you just get him right now?
Right.
I mean, to me, that makes way more sense than trying to get Kalen DeBoer.
Did he sign with Penn State yet, or he hasn't signed it?
I believe he signed.
I think he did.
I
believe
but I don't
he
even
signed.
remember seeing a press conference because that's not his style. I mean, if he had a press conference, it was probably like, "I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks. Let's go Nittany Lions," and that was pretty much it.
If we were going to draw this up on a reality show, they'd go
This
after
is a reality show. This
It's happening
this is
in real life.
Then make the call. Pat Fitzgerald. That's call Eastland. That's the one I want to
man.
see. Saban did
No,
it.
I like the
Kiffin
Jed
changes
Fish
jobs.
type of.
But there's something to be said for the fact that you don't rush in and do it. You don't do Sharon Moore again.
No, you
So
do
you
not.
go ahead and get Biff Poggi in there, settle the recruits down,
Yep.
do a year of football, and then revisit the whole thing where people already know. Like usually this is why we fire our coach in the middle of the season. So people know this job is open. Well, people know that the Michigan job is open next year. And then whoever wants it can get it, get some stability in the program, get a new athletic director. That's kind of what
then you've got a lame
cooler
duck.
heads prevail.
Yeah.
Right.
But you got a lame duck at that point. I just think that the first thing to me that's notable is that DeBoer hasn't said anything, and if you're definitely not going to leave, you go ahead and say.
Well, he has said so. We're very happy.
We're
here
very
now.
happy here, but I mean, the thing
Even
is,
though the reports are to the opposite of that.
and
But
look.
Well, there's a lot of people that aren't happy.
be with
that-
him.
Right,
Yes.
right, and you look at the buyout, and why was the buyout crafted like that?
Yeah, no, I
Yeah, $4 million.
For that
That's
thing,
pocket change in
Well,
today's day. and
right.
age.
What was Brian Kelly's 54?
Oh my God!
everybody's is more
Just so
like,
he hopefully won't coach again.
Kurt Signetti,
Do not
probably,
approach
probably
Rush.
50,
Smith's was what
50
was
million?
Smith's?
More than $4 million.
No, way more than $4 million. I think it's like
don't-
32. The amount they got to pay Tucker and Smith.
And Kelly's getting enough money not to ever have to coach again either. But,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
Kelly's not going back to coaching. Why would he?
I don't know.
Because the whole report was that he was lazy. He wasn't showing up at practice.
And he
wasn't
didn't
doing
want to
anything.
recruit
Right,
anymore.
Yeah, and so you want to bring him to Michigan?
Yeah,
Give me
no.
a break.
After that debacle at Notre Dame and how they handled that kid situation, no. I want Brian Kelly, even though he coached great at Grand Valley and my alma mater at Central, I want no part of Brian Kelly.
I mean, Washington has a middling bowl game, so that's a possibility.
Right.
But the biggest stepping stone or stumbling block is who's hiring him. No president, whatever, an athletic director on the hot seat. And here's a question that I have for you. Now, this gets really into the mud. Who's the next AD?
Yeah.
People are saying Carol Hutchins, the softball coach. That's a great idea, except for she's like 91.
Yeah.
Okay, so who is? You got to find some guy, in the NFL who's the assistant player personnel guy or something.
Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson would make a great athletic director. I 100% agree.
'Cause
He's
it's
a
a-
businessman. He owns whiskey
And
companies
it's
and
about
wines and-
fundraising and that face out there. Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. People are saying like John Jansen off the radio or what? Give me a.
No.
Yeah.
You need more recognition than that.
Yeah, I mean Tom Brady.
Oh,
That is
could you-
such a pay cut for Brady. It's
Yeah,
insane.
exactly.
He would do it for the
I
team.
love my alma mater, but,
team
you know.
friendly. Team friendly.
Yeah, team. So that
Tom
is
Brady, head
the-
coach.
So, or do you find do you go to Kalen DeBoer and go? Not only are you the head coach, but you can name your own athletic director.
Hey.
You want somebody? Even Marcus Freeman might think of that. Really?
Yeah.
So not only do I get to coach Michigan, but I get to name my own boss.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be hard for all those programs, though.
I don't give a crap.
Yeah.
But softball, gymnastics.
Look it. Freeman is
Track.
not cheating on that wife. If you've seen Marcus Freeman's wife, the guy. I'm just saying.
The only
that
thing-
is if I'm really desperate for the biggest splash in the world, that's what I do. I go look at. You get to name your AD, or give us a name of 3 athletic directors,
That you
and we
can
will
work-
vet them, and we will hire one of them.
I mean, it's the same point as the football coach, though. You're going to get a top 10 athletic director from another school. Who wouldn't leave for an opportunity to go take over
With Marcus
Michigan?
Freeman sitting in the coaching seat.
I mean,
and they have the best basketball coach on the planet and the best hockey coach on the planet. At least, both of those guys had to be hired because of the horrible pre-coaches there. Right now Michigan's got the best hockey team on the planet with a brand new coach from last year, but the coach before that had malfeasance problems and sexual harassment and looking the other way, and we all know about Juwan. So that was another forced hire where they got left holding the bag when Beeline left in the middle of
For his 12 game.
I'm just saying, not all of it is Ward Manuel's problem, and it originally turned out that Juwan was a pretty good hire, but that all went down the toilet.
It did quickly, it fell apart.
So, but what I'm saying is, if you're an athletic director, there's a lot of really cool parts about what's going on in Michigan. They right now they're the betting favorite to win the NCAA championship.
They're the best, even though they're ranked second right now. They're the best team. I truly believe.
Oh my God! This is the best Michigan basketball team has looked since the Fab Five.
Oh, it's everything about it is
the Fab Five with another starting five right behind them.
The depth there is crazy.
Just so you know, in February, I'll be at that Duke Michigan game in D.C.
Is that in D.C.? It's not happening because it shows that Michigan is the home team there.
It's a neutral.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
It's the only neutral. I've already got my tickets for
Marcus
it.
Freeman's being mentioned for NFL jobs. Is that the draw then? Has he had contact with the Giants already? They're not playing in a bowl game, so Marcus Freeman can be talking to all these people.
Okay.
I thought Freeman was. I mean, immediately my first thought
You've
was
got
Freeman,
Oracle
Freeman
money.
was the best choice for Michigan.
Freeman could get paid. Ellison could pay him double what he's making at Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
with a guy that he shares an office with to run the athletic department. I mean, there's a lot to be said for that. I'm just saying.
But you just lived through this with Florida State not making the playoff, and I mean, if you were Michigan and you had this timing down right after Notre Dame gets left out of the CFP. I mean, I know this just happened Wednesday, but you would think that somehow you were ready to jump on Marcus Freeman because he just became available because he just got left out of the CFP. You can't, if the ACC is that bad.
Why are you saying DeBoer
the champion of the
instead of Freeman?
ACC couldn't,
I'm just saying.
The champion of the ACC couldn't even make the stupid college football playoff. That was.
Well, I'm just saying. Look at
and they get
one
James
last
Madison
point.
and Tulane,
I didn't even want to go this long into this, but if you wanted
DeBoer is the big name.
One last
Freeman
statement.
would be my number one choice, but DeBoer.
Michigan, Ohio State, and Indiana all have vastly more difficult schedules next year. They're all playing each other next year.
Okay.
So Michigan does. A lot of people think Michigan got 9 wins on who was the toughest victory they had? Nebraska? I mean, I'm just saying.
Right.
Washington, maybe. They play Indiana, Ohio State, Penn State. I mean, the schedules for all these teams next year drastically different. So
they made one mistake. They scheduled Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's on the schedule again next year.
I know, in Ann Arbor at least. But yes, you would have been undefeated heading into.
Well, Indiana doesn't play.
USC,
you should see their non-conference schedule. They don't play anybody until 2030 when they play Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So so they're taking a page out of the Penn State book, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Houston Baptist. I don't even know if they have a football team.
Grambling,
but they'll have one in a couple
Grambling playing in Columbus. That was
we've
fascinating.
got some messages from our very fine partners. We could talk actual athletics when we return here on Up North Sports Radio, brought to us by TVCAirport.com.
TVC's travel tip of the day. Now's the time to book your holiday and winter getaway, and TVC is ready to take you there. Whether you're visiting family and friends or chasing sunshine on southern beaches, TVC has the perfect flight for you. Fly nonstop to the sun on Allegiant, their ultra-low-cost carrier, or choose American Delta or United, getting you to every destination with just one stop. Seats are filling fast. Book your holiday and winter travel today. Explore all your flight options at tvcairport.com. tvcairport.com. Think you know football? Go head-to-head for prizes with the Traverse City Record Eagles' own pro, senior sports writer James Cook. Pick your winners for every Sunday NFL matchup at record-eagle.com. If you beat James, you'll be entered to win a weekly prize from our Record Eagle sponsors. Make your picks each week, plus get contest rules and details at record-eagle.com/NFL Pick'em. Can you show up one of Northern Michigan's most trusted sports voices? James Cook's NFL Sunday Pick'em at record-eagle.com.
Welcome back to Friday Faceoff on Up North Sports Radio, brought to us by TVCAirport.com. It's time for Destination NFL. Just a couple of more road trips left to go. Kevin Klein joining us from Cherry Capital Airport. Kev, can we still jump on a plane and see the Lions?
Yeah, you can. And actually, going out to L.A., I'm excited. If you leave tomorrow morning, Saturday, return on Monday, it's $519. For pretty much a last-minute trip.
That's insane.
An awesome price.
Yeah. I mean, we can't fly to Canada in 3 weeks from now to see the Red Wings for that. So, yeah.
For sure. So you can get to L.A. I think what a major game this weekend is, and
100%.
So let's go do it. Let's head out there. Minnesota on the 25th, a little more expensive at $717. But what has held, and it's still the price
Chicago
from even last week, is Chicago at $179. So I tell everybody, book now, because when you look at where the Red Wings are playing this weekend in Chicago, it's $339. So that's the difference of a couple weeks advanced booking. It's around $250. So make sure if you're gonna go see the Lions take on the Bears on the 4th, today's the day to book it.
Well, plus, you can go down Michigan Avenue the night before, and if you haven't seen the Christmas decorations in Chicago, it is magnificent, to say the least. So it's a great way, spend Christmas with the family, then jet down to Chicago to see what right now looks to be like the defining game of the Lions season in Chicago, Soldiers Field. And look up your tickets. You can get tickets pretty easily right now for that Bears-Lions game.
Let's take over the stage. It is just wonderful.
Yeah, there's no Bears fans at all. Yeah, now it'll be a little different in L.A., I guarantee you that there will be more Honolulu blue and silver than that yellow and blue of the Rams. So
Still in St. Louis.
yeah, are they?
Yeah.
The fans.
The
are
RCA
still-
Dome.
Right, the fans are still. What? How about Miami? I don't care if we play there. Just tell me about Miami.
Well, they don't fly to
Darn it.
Allegiant flies to Fort Lauderdale.
Fort
right.
Lauderdale. Yeah.
Well, I
Fort Lauderdale.
easier airport to navigate. Let's talk Fort Lauderdale. FLL.
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale. You're getting great prices right now, especially in the January time frame, in the February and spring break time in that first part of March. Spring break's a little more pricey.
Oh,
but
yeah.
You're seeing fares in that $85 one-way
That's
category
incredible.
going to Fort Lauderdale.
Wow.
And, again, we talked last second, though, so some of the other Florida markets that are flying exactly right now, if you want to come to the airport today, December 12th, get on an airplane, go to Punta Gorda, and come back next Friday, so for a week trip, $337 round trip. Orlando, if you go to Orlando today, come back next Friday, $240 round trip. So
Wow.
Why doesn't
Allegiant nonstop fares are awesome.
Could you
Other
please
fares-
tell Allegiant to fly to Denver for me? Please. I'm begging you, Kevin. I'm begging you.
Yeah, we carried Denver this year all the way to
Yeah.
December with United.
It
So
was
that
fantastic.
awesome.
I flew that flight. It was great.
That was awesome. And, hey, the other fare that I want to tell everybody about right now for the Red Wings against Boston Bruins on January 13th, it's $187. That's the hot fare right now.
Okay.
For Boston, flying United, and that is awesome. So take a look at that game. But also wanted to let you know about nonstop Boston in the summertime. We have 3 great carriers with Delta, American, and JetBlue flying that route. JetBlue's schedule is already loaded for the summertime. So if you're thinking, hey, I want to go to the East Coast for summer vacation, look at JetBlue. Their fares and their schedules are already loaded.
We will keep an eye out as soon as they release the Tigers schedule for next year and hopefully put together the same kind of package that we had last year on JetBlue and go see a Red Sox game, Kev.
You got it. I'm with you.
All right. I will see you at the airport. I'm doing the afternoon show from there, and I got a Christmas present for you.
All right. Looking forward to it.
All right.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas to you, sir. We'll still talk to you next week.
Sound good.
All right. There you go. The ever-opulent Kevin Klein.
Gotta love Kevin there.
Oh, he's got it going on, man.
He
the
does.
Airport is rolling.
He's got visions for the future. Yep. He's done a great job right now. No,
they already got the Traverse City County Commissioners to pony up the first amount of money to build the second jetway. That airport is taking off.
Heading skyward.
All right, let's talk athletics. 99.9% of the time we would have led with the Lions here, but that is completely was completely unavoidable.
Things changed.
First and foremost, you had to be impressed, Gordon, with the Lions, the way they knocked the Cowboys around. I mean, they out-physicaled them on both sides of the ball. The question is it even possible to do that against the Rams? You could take the headphones off.
Good point. Yeah, I was just looking at the Tigers' schedule. It's already out. So
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm planning. Yeah, they open right at Arizona. So we gotta get flights to.
Okay, we'll find that out. That's good.
Yeah, they're here. I was worried about the Dallas game.
Who wasn't?
Yeah.
The thing that's getting confusing here is, every other week when they've been winning and losing, it's all been about the trenches. I mean, every single game so far has been about the trenches. I know the Rams have, a good edge. They, thankfully Aaron Donald hasn't come back out of retirement like Brandon Graham and Frank Ragnow tried. So, I watched Carolina beat the Rams. I also saw the Rams beat a very depleted Arizona team, so I didn't take much out of it. But
there's
the secondary is going to be key. You can't blitz Stafford. I mean, that doesn't work.
Well, you can. They're going to have to, because if you give him all day long, then that's it. It's over. But he gets rid of the ball.
He gets rid of the ball quick. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was the reason why they beat the Cowboys, is that they were able to push the Cowboys front around. We thought that they weren't going to have any opportunity to run the football, and they really didn't until they started passing out on the edges, and then ran Montgomery up the middle.
I want to see
the head scratcher is, how did Carolina beat the Rams?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Part of it was that West Coast teams playing in that morning window just has always been a thing for whatever reason, and it turned out to be true again. Plus, it was raining, and the Rams couldn't run the football. They have the most balanced attack in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
They've got a great quarterback. They got the two best wide receivers of any team has, and they got two great running backs.
With Blake Corum doing a nice job of spelling Williams.
So that's your problem. Are any of them as good as Jahmyr Gibbs? No.
I'm hoping to see more Gibbs lined up at receiver.
You're going
to put him in motion, and he can come in the backfield anytime you want.
I think Montgomery in the backfield.
You can't cover him.
And
Gibbs lined outside.
Gibbs in the slot.
Yep.
Gives you a lot of opportunities. You can fake that jet sweep. You can run a lot.
And then you got that hammer back there in the backfield that can just get those. Yeah, I like it.
They also mentioned, that they would run them both in the same backfield with Montgomery and a fullback, which I love that idea.
But
I've only seen it for a brief second.
Have they ever run an
They did.
I
think they once. I saw it once in the whole season.
Right, because that was the whole talk in training camp, is that we're going to do two back sets. And now, can anybody answer the question? Is Ragnow coming back next season?
I don't know. He just said he's got a lot left in the tank. I don't know what that means.
Because he would have only been able to play 3 games this year. He didn't come back just for 3 games.
Let's put it this way. That's not a question for now. It really is.
Well, I want to rebuild the O-line is my point.
Yeah, but they're going to have to find that out, or what are they going to do with the draft? I mean, that's pretty simple stuff.
I just thought it'd be
because Decker might go too. So we got lots to talk about there.
No doubt about it. But so.
If they win this game, they're in.
5.5. Well, this is a huge game.
It is.
If they win this game, they are going to the playoffs.
Right.
If they lose this game, they can still go to the playoffs, but it's going to be a hell of a lot harder.
The margin for error, if we lose, is
zero.
Exactly.
Just like what happened to Tampa yesterday.
Oh, my God.
Incredible.
I watched that. I was like,
God, that was like the luckiest football game.
saw it.
How do they not recover either of those fumbles?
football. When the creamsicle jerseys were all around it both times.
Well, the first one, actually, there was, the quarterback does recover his fumble almost 50% of the time. So some of that is understandable. But that, I didn't even see an Atlanta Falcon in that other scrum.
Late, you see the center at the end diving in there.
Come up from underground? And that wasn't a touchdown. Okay, his elbow hit the ground before his ass hit the ground. So, I mean,
And they had like over 20 penalties. They only
that.
20 penalties in a game, and they won it.
118 yards in penalties lost.
They kept. I was just like, oh, this game. They got so much talent with Bijan, but it's like, oh, it's crazy.
We could do a whole show about the officiating, but it wouldn't do any good. Somebody throw a flag at us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you win this game. The way the schedule's setting up, even if they were to lose this game, if they're 10-6 going into the last game of the season.
Well, they get the last home game is next week. That's the Steelers. They
Right.
should win that game.
Yep, they beat Minnesota.
They got
Minnesota this week.
falling apart at the
the
seams.
week after,
but then
right.
you got the Bears.
The Bears for everything.
For everything.
It's going to be the winner goes to the playoffs, the loser goes home.
In 50-mile-an-hour winds.
Yes.
Ben Johnson, Dan Campbell.
I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. And the NFL was very smart.
Flex the game
Almost
now.
every one of these divisions has backloaded division games like.
Yes.
Tampa can still make the playoffs because they get to play Carolina twice.
Twice. Yeah. Yeah. They haven't even played yet.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's good, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
That division.
All right,
is
let's
so
go
bad.
through the rest of the schedule.
All right.
Kind of briefly here. The Ravens.
John Harbaugh
are playing the Bengals, and I really like the Bengals here. Except for, is Joe Burrow even want to play football anymore?
I know, kind of disenchanted with the whole situation.
Gee, why wouldn't
Do
you?
what exactly?
I mean, come on.
You keep getting beat up, and yeah.
Well, they won at Baltimore. They almost won at Buffalo.
I mean,
they're-
they would have won at Buffalo, but I didn't know you could throw a football two-handed like this, like a beach ball.
But you can do anything.
Whatever it takes.
So
Go your
I
premium.
actually
Kick a
like the
touchdown.
Ravens here in this spot.
Since they get 2.5 at home,
Yeah,
is that what you have? Okay.
Yeah, talk about do or die. Ravens lose this game. Now it could be very interesting. When the Steelers won the game against the Ravens, and all the guys from the Steelers go, yeah, see, we love Coach Tomlin. They essentially, shut the F up.
Yes.
So we're going to find out if the Ravens really love John Harbaugh, because
I was just going there.
Maybe
They could lose. They could lose out.
They could lose out. They could easily lose out. It looks like Lamar Jackson. Did someone cut Sampson's hair? Did I mean,
Yeah.
When I saw Jackson and
I think
Henry
he had
running,
a sex change operation in the middle of the season.
the
He
thing.
just can't. Right now, he's got a hammy. He's got something. He can't run like he usually does.
But why aren't you just running?
Why don't you run an option? Why are you not
Yeah.
running an option
When
with
you
Derrick
got
Henry?
that
How
guy
could you
and they-
stop? How could you stop the
I
option?
would just run King Henry 50 times.
You got 260 pounds of man behind you. Give him the
Just
rock.
Give him the rock. Do what they did when Tennessee beat the Chiefs. The last time the Chiefs lost the playoff game before they got to the Super Bowl, the Tennessee ran Derrick Henry 56 times, and by the fourth quarter, no one
wants
going
to.
like this.
Yeah, exactly. Olay.
Yeah, exactly. This is
had some
a
trouble this year.
really
It's
bleak
surprising.
show of a schedule this week, but there are some really good games.
Lions, Rams.
Lions, Rams, Bills, New England. The Bills look like they are. Look at
Does the torch pass?
no. I think the Bills
Go in there. And,
No. They now realize. I mean, the Chiefs are not going to be in. The Ravens are
Yeah.
not going to be. This is
their opportunity.
This is it. If they're going to win a Super Bowl, it's this year. And I really think that they're going to go into New England and open up a can. I mean, I don't think this will be close.
Well, New England and Denver are both have interesting home games this week.
I understand, and we will get to that in a minute.
New England getting 1.5 at home.
At home against Buffalo, and they played Buffalo tough. It's a division game.
Yeah, and they already lost one.
They did, yeah.
And New England is
won.
missing their best defensive tackle and their best offensive tackle, and they can run the football both. Talk about Cook and Allen.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
See that game. I don't know what the weather's going to be like in New England, but it's probably not going to be sunny and 80.
Probably not.
The Bears at home versus the Browns.
Go Shador.
It'd be great if that happened. It'd be more like go Myles Garrett.
Right.
It'd be great. Yeah. I mean, I hate to say this, but it would be great if Myles Garrett broke Caleb Williams' legs. I would just
both
of them
just so he's out for
so people know the agony, right?
Okay. They've
But
been
if
too healthy
I
this
like
year.
the Bears giving the Browns a touchdown. And
they
my dark horse Super Bowl
Bears
winner.
are going to look ahead in that game, aren't they?
My dark horse Super Bowl winner is giving.
Week.
The Texans are giving the Cardinals 9.5. I believe.
You laughed at me 6 weeks ago when I said Houston was, but they were only 2-3 or 2-4 back then.
But you could see
Houston
the
looks
future.
really, really good right now.
They are.
Their defense.
Will
Anderson.
Defense. We said this last week.
God.
You weren't here. Since the Ravens, the 92 Ravens defense. It's not the 85 Bears is the standard, right? The Ravens, the 92 Ravens. This defense is just that good. And if Arizona scores, on my poll pick, you have to pick the lowest scoring game of the week. It's either this game
Check the weather.
or the Packers-Denver game.
Especially if it snows.
Both of those. No, it's not. Denver is 57 and sunny. Is
so you
what they're
got
predicting
two
there.
defenses going in that game.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So Houston. I mean, Arizona can't score anyways.
No.
Now you got Houston defending them, and Houston has had trouble scoring the football. Although that part of the equation is getting much better. But I think the Texans, to me, forget Buffalo. The Texans are more likely to go to the Super Bowl than the Buffalo Bills.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Almost a double-digit favorite at 9.5, according to CBS.
The thing about watching the Texans, which is really hard for me right now, is draft night. They broke my heart when they traded back in. After they drafted C.J. Stroud, I'm like, oh my God, Will Anderson's coming to Detroit.
I know, to the
We're going to get Will Anderson. We're going to get Will Anderson. And then Houston jumps and takes Will Anderson.
Smart move.
It was a great move.
He's doing a great job in Houston.
Are the Jaguars frauds?
Yeah.
Yeah, give it 11.5 to the Jets.
Go Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, go.
He needs a win.
The Fighting Aaron Glens.
The Fighting Aaron Glens. Yep. You never know what you're going to get.
Are the Chiefs frauds?
Oh, my God.
I mean, what is going on there?
The NFL got busted when that Lions-Chiefs game happened, and the Chiefs didn't have one penalty called on them the whole game, so they started calling the games fair. Yeah. Chiefs are getting killed. They can't play with honest refs.
Did you ever see
that's what it is?
What is it?
It's got to be the refs.
Your All-American, the football movie, the Billy Cannon story, with Dennis Quaid.
Long time ago. Yep.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie actually. John Goodman's in it and everything else, but he retires, and then goes to run his restaurant, and that's a disaster. So he goes back into playing football, and then they show his one season where he can't play anymore. He fumbles the ball on the goal line in the snow, and they show him in the locker room, Dennis Quaid, and he's.
Are you setting up the Colts game?
No, I'm setting up. This is the Travis Kelce story.
Oh, I thought it was a Philip Rivers story.
No,
5 years later.
Philip Rivers.
Oh, I know it. I can't believe it.
Against Seattle.
What a time to come back.
In Seattle.
DeMarcus Ware.
Somebody, what John Jansen said, help me, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yeah.
They need to put a medical alert bracelet on.
He might get hit one time out there and say, I would lift his arm up. I'm out, coach. Nope, sorry, this is a bad move.
It is a bad move. It's a horrible idea.
It's a bad look. I mean, obviously, Riley
Cam Newton was like,
played pretty well when he.
Cam Newton came out and said, "What about me? I'm younger and I'm available." It's like Cam.
Yeah.
Kaepernick, he wanted to come back. Let anybody come back. Trent Dilfer.
Philip Rivers.
If you can still spin the pill,
why
don't they just trade for Flacco?
Yeah.
Or Flack. Why didn't
Flacco's
Flacco
out? Right.
That's probably
no. Who did Flacco was traded to Cleveland
to Cincinnati?
No. Cleveland traded Flacco to Cincinnati.
And then Burrow came back.
And now Burrow's back.
Yes.
So
why
Flacco
didn't
should
ask. That's why, because the trading
Trade is
over.
over.
Well, no, but they could do what the
Well, he
Vikings
could have
did.
retired and then,
What the Vikings did with Thielen.
Release
they
him.
could release him.
Yeah, let him go
with
where he
Darius
wants
Slay supposedly trying to arrange his way back to the Eagles, but Buffalo claimed him. I mean, if I were Cincinnati, why wouldn't you just release
weren't the
Flacco
Lions
and let
involved
him
in there?
free Joe Flacco? That's what we need to start a campaign.
Okay, the Giants are
Free
playing Washington in a I don't even know what to. The New York Football Giants.
Wow.
Versus the Commandos. Talk about a.
God.
Wow.
Let's just go with
it's not even great.
It's not great. No, because it was just
view.
Wow.
Philadelphia.
Belichick to the
They
Giants.
were talking about this on Get Up, Rich. In this spot last year, the Eagles were a 10-point favorites to play Arizona. This is 2 years ago when the whole season was falling apart.
Right.
And
New
they lost to
coordinators.
Arizona. If the Eagles lose to the Raiders in this spot,
Oh wow, that would.
Can you imagine? In Philly,
you can't imagine it except for it happened.
that stadium may not be standing if they lose to Vegas.
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts would immediately become the next Carson Wentz. They would draft a QB. They would go ahead and move Jalen out of the way. They're already getting questions about benching him. That was a stellar performance. The
Packers,
Five
Packers
turnovers.
Denver is a stellar
Great
football
game.
Yeah.
Great game.
We'll find out how good the Packers defense / Denver's offense is, which has been pretty anemic. That's why I said I like this game to be the lowest scoring game. But that could certainly be the Houston-Arizona game as well. The Panthers now are in first place. Can they lose to the Saints?
It's a division.
It's
a division rivalry.
Yeah, but the Saints beat Tampa last week.
They're hot. They're hot.
Taylor
They
Schluck.
found a
How
quarterback.
do you pronounce his name?
Yeah,
Shuck.
Shuck.
Slough is Shuck.
Shuck and jive. That's what you got to do.
Seahawks playing the
Sloth.
Colts in the. Can we actually see somebody killed on the football field?
Jeez.
The Dooku Kim game, we're calling it.
I'd call it the Warren Beatty heaven can wait game. Which quarterback is really going to be in his body by the second half? This is going to be painful to
The
watch.
Niners are giving the Titans 12.5. The Titans won a football game. How did they beat Cleveland? How did that happen when Shador had such a great game and they're all raving about it, but they lost the football game to the Titans?
It's up to 12.5 now, by the way.
What?
Well, the Niners, you know what? The Niners
That doesn't make it.
12.5 right there. That's CBS.
Well, that's
Tennessee, Sanford.
How are the Cowboys giving 6.5 to the Vikings? Did JJ turn the corner last week?
Right.
Did he?
He's got to put back-to-back games together.
This is it,
for
right
his own.
here.
Yeah, it is absolutely.
Yeah, but after and the Cowboys, they have a life preserver.
All right. The Eagles have not closed out
But
that
here's the
division at
story.
all.
But here's the story. If the Eagles beat the Raiders, which they absolutely should,
Yes.
then the Cowboys are pretty much closed out.
Yep.
So do they actually show up in this football game when the Eagles win and the Cowboys are pretty much mathematically eliminated?
Well,
Because that's
Cowboys
Eagles 1 o'clock game. They'll know what's going
they'll know,
on.
that's
Yep.
right, yeah.
The
Yep.
Cowboys have seven in a tie or 6 in a tie?
No, they're 6-6-1.
Right, so they got 6 losses and a tie. They went out 10-6-1. I think they'll make it.
No, they won't make it.
Why?
Because 10 wins is not going to make it
Guarantee,
into the playoffs
yeah.
in the NFC. Not with San Francisco,
Yeah,
Seattle,
the
and LA,
and
all
Lions
10
and
wins.
all
Yeah,
the
no way.
and 11.
No
You
way.
got to have.
They
I
know
think
they got to win that.
you got to get to 11.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, you
And,
got
that's
to-
gonna put, and that win will give the Eagles 9 wins, right? So there's no way they're catching them.
Right. Those a couple of years
Eagles
ago,
are capable of losing out.
when you
after
were
this week.
got in at
just,
8-8.
I'm just saying, if they beat the
Over.
Raiders, which if they don't beat the Raiders, people are
They
going to lose
don't-
their brains.
Oh,
God.
But then
That would
the
be a
Cowboys are
bettor's
looking
nightmare.
like, what the hell? And the Vikings have got to figure out what's
Yeah.
going on with JJ. It's just an interesting game, especially.
yeah.
Now, if the Eagles lose,
There's-
the Vikings are going to get murdered.
There's lots of storylines everywhere
I'm just
across
saying,
the
there you go.
picture. Yeah.
When we
I-
return,
the
we will
Lions
talk
could win
about
out.
the best college basketball team
division
I
still.
have seen in 20 years.
Duke?
Impressive.
Oh, you meant Michigan.
Back after these on Up North Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY, brought to us by TVCAirport.com.
It's time for the Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCO.com. Toro, count on it.
I'm Melissa Sullivan, outdoor enthusiast and your host. Monday marked opening of the official snowmobile season, and Mother Nature's been generous, delivering an incredible base for the start. Reports show the Gaylord area has an impressive 13 inches, and Roscommon County is reporting a great start with 10 inches. The western UP, some areas saw over 30 inches in their first major system, setting us up for one of the best opening weekends we've had in years. Remember, groomers will be out in full force getting those trails pristine. Always keep your eyes open for groomers. Slow down and give them plenty of room as they work. ORV riders, be aware the designated ORV routes overlapping snowmobile trails are now closed to wheeled vehicles for the winter season. And remember, shared routes will have mixed traffic with other winter users, so ride with care and courtesy. The trails are calling. Gear up, ride safe, and enjoy the start of a thrilling Northern Michigan trail season. And head on over to upnorthsportsradio.com to keep up with trail conditions.
This has been your Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCO.com. Toro, count on it.
Outdoor Equipment Co. is more than just a dealership. They're a local family-owned company with 3 locations across Michigan, carrying the top brands in power sports, marine, and outdoor equipment like Tahoe Pontoon, Kawasaki, Toro, and more. Whether you're shopping for a new unit or you need parts, service, or warranty work, you need to see the experts at Outdoor Equipment Co., Michigan's trusted source for sales, service, and parts. For the Outdoor Equipment Co. location nearest you, head to OutdoorEquipCo.com.
TVC's travel tip of the day. Now's the time to book your holiday and winter getaway, and TVC is ready to take you there. Whether you're visiting family and friends or chasing sunshine on southern beaches, TVC has the perfect flight for you. Fly nonstop to the sun on Allegiant, their ultra-low-cost carrier, or choose American Delta or United, getting you to every destination with just one stop. Seats are filling fast. Book your holiday and winter travel today. Explore all your flight options at tvcairport.com. tvcairport.com. The snow is flying and the chill is in the air. Find a new winter hobby that'll have you breathing in all that fresh air in Bel Air. Super Sundays at Shush Mountain are the day for slope junkies. Not only do you get a lift ticket and rental equipment, but you can also take advantage of a large group lesson with stations covering the core basics of skiing and snowboarding for just $60. It's the ultimate package. Come join in on all the fun on Shush Mountain at Shanty Creek Resort, shantycreek.com.
Welcome back to Friday Face-Off on Up North Sports Radio, 101.1 WGRY. Our new station's sponsor is your Gaylord Gardner White. They have year-end closeouts going on right now. But Lindsay Southwell from Shanty Creek can't join us today. That's because she's out grooming the mountains. 3 feet of natural snow since Thanksgiving, so you're going to have perfect skiing conditions this weekend. The purple, yellow, and magic carpet lifts will all be spinning, and they will hope to be the remainder of the season at Shanty Creek. They open tomorrow. Weekend lift tickets are $45. So at the start of our Super Sundays at Shanty, starting at noon on Sunday, get a lift ticket, a set of rentals, and mini lessons at the Magic Carpet for only $60. What a great way to start your season or learn a new sport. And then next Friday night at Shush is our story time with Santa. Santa will be reading Christmas classics, sharing cocoa and cookies with the kiddos. And then the next day, Santa will be back to enjoy breakfast with everyone. So grab the breakfast buffet. Rich will have the breakfast buffet. Go sit on Santa's lap and tell him what he wants for Christmas. An unlimited pass to the prime rib buffet. And then Santa, of course, on Christmas Day, the tradition continues. You can ski at Shush Mountain for just $10 for everyone while Santa is skiing down the slopes. Go to shantycreek.com and hit the slopes. Back with the fellas here. Lindsey Vaughn won a downhill event in Europe last.
Did she really?
At age 41.
Wow.
She still looks great.
Too young to be an NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the Colts should have just called her.
In a few years, she could be.
That's
she
incredible.
Could play for the Colts.
Because I'm a big fan of the downhill races, man. They get so much speed going down,
the way
just
she looks in those
wild.
pants.
She's not.
I mean, both of
tough,
both of the blonde skiers, those gals for the U.S. ski team, are both great-looking gals and obviously fantastic athletes.
Keep them away from Michigan.
But speaking of fantastic athletes,
Don't need any more
it's the amount of talent that the University of Michigan has on the basketball floor is incredible. Maybe they need to continue. Hopefully, they continue to win by 50 and take a little bit of the spotlight off of all the woes that are going on. They play Maryland on Saturday, and Maryland better be ready.
Oh, they'll
Right.
blow them out.
Scott Van Pelt was very concerned last night closing out his show. He said, Michigan's
he's
coming
a
to
Maryland
town,
guy.
and he goes, I'm a little nervous.
They don't showboat
No.
like the Fab Five, but they are every bit as talented, except for you have another Fab Five that comes off the bench. I mean, Trey McKinney is averaging 10 points in 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And he would be...
He was playing a game of horse, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That last game?
If he was at Michigan State, he'd be averaging 27 points a game.
Right.
I mean, the kid's for real.
The kid is, and this team as a whole, they're so unselfish.
Yeah.
They don't care who gets the pub or who gets the rock any given night. You got 7-8 guys that could give you 20 points. It's wild, Jason. I mean, this right now, early in the season, this is the best I've seen a Michigan team in a long time.
Oh, this is the best I've ever seen a Michigan team at this stage of the game. And this. And everybody was feeling, they got a lot of talent. It's probably going to take them
How
a
does
while.
it come together? Yeah, early. Well,
but they've got an interesting part of their schedule coming up. They play like USC, UCLA, Duke, Michigan State, and Purdue all in like a 12-day period. Tell me they beat all those teams by 25 points.
Oh.
And, I'm just saying. Yeah, I know you're holding out your hat for Duke.
I'm a Duke season ticket holder. What do you want me to say? That's why
I wish I
won't be in
was. I've
studio.
never set foot in Cameron.
Come on down. We'll do a
come
remote
on
show.
down.
We'll do a show from Cameron. I know
what?
people.
I will figure out how to get there just to go to Cameron.
Yeah,
Is Coach K at every game?
Not every game, but every bigger game.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of it has to do with who the other coach is. Like he came back when Greg Paulus was coaching Niagara.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which he does. But it was funny. I was sitting there above Coach K for that Florida game, and his daughter was with him. His daughters are crazier than he is. And
Coach K's daughters?
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Screaming, yelling. They were worse on the refs than Coach K ever was. and I'm looking down there, and there's 1.4 seconds to go, and she's all excited. She's like, "We got this." And Coach K looks at her and says, 1.5, and looks back at the court. That was it. And I thought, that is just perfect classic. It's like he's never gonna take a game to conclusion. But I mean, Duke won't get blown out in that game. That's gonna be a hell of a game athletically.
Well, it will
when the two of them play.
But the way that the kid that they got from UAB, the power forward, I can't pronounce his name.
Landeskog?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see his defensive play on Boozer, because this guy is the best two-way power forward in college basketball by far. So, but Duke isn't just Boozer.
No. But the thing that's
his
interesting.
brother's on the team, right?
Yeah,
He's not a bad player. Yeah,
Kate's on the team. The one quick thing, when I first got down to Carolina back in the '90s, Carlos was playing, and my boys followed the recruiting and all, and they were pretty heavily into the Boozer twins and the whole story with Miami, and the mom wanted him to go to Miami, and then the Duke coach goes to Miami, John Lucas, which made it all a circus. But when I was at that state game watching Boozer, I was watching Carlos Boozer. Yeah. I mean, the way that he positions under the basket, the broad shoulders.
He plays exactly like his
He
dad.
plays exactly like his father, and that's a tough matchup. But Isaiah, Duke's got Isaiah Evans. He's got a lot of support
we got to take
on that
one
team.
quick break, and then we'll talk about our Red Wings. Back after this on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Faceoff.
It's time to deck those halls and check those lists twice, because Santa Claus is coming to Shush Mountain. After a night filled with presents and chimneys and a belly full of milk and cookies, even Santa needs to let loose. This Christmas, let your inner child out and unwrap the gift that keeps on giving. lift after lift. For just $10, get your lift ticket and cruise down your favorite runs with Santa at Shanty Creek Resort. ShantyCreek.com. Think you know football? Go head-to-head for prizes with the Traverse City Record Eagles' own pro, senior sports writer James Cook. Pick your winners for every Sunday NFL matchup at record-eagle.com. If you beat James, you'll be entered to win a weekly prize from our Record Eagle sponsors. Make your picks each week, plus get contest rules and details at record-eagle.com/NFL Pick'em. Can you show up one of Northern Michigan's most trusted sports voices? James Cook's NFL Sunday Pick'em at record-eagle.com.
Hi, this is Matt LaFontaine from Matt LaFontaine Chevy GMC in Grayling. Most of you know us as the #1 dealership for new Chevrolets and GMCs, but we are also Northern Michigan's largest used car and truck dealership. Our accountant says they all must go by December 31st. No reasonable offer refused. You save thousands. With over $2 million worth of inventory. See it all today at MattLaFontaine.com.
Make it great, make it better at Matt LaFontaine Automotive.
90s rock monsters. Bush, Saturday, December 20th at Soaring Eagle Casino. Showtime 8 p.m. Tickets start at $59 and are on sale now at the box office or online at etix.com. Christmas rocks at Soaring Eagle Casino. Don't miss Bush. Bush, December 20th, SoaringEagleCasino.com.
Great taste in gift cards starts at Trout Town and Moose and Stella's in Kalkaska. Buy a $50 gift card from either restaurant and get a free $10 gift card. And no one needs to know that you kept the $10 for yourself. Fresh, flaky fish from Trout Town Tavern and Eatery and baked French toast at Moose and Stella's Cafe. They could be your new favorite places to eat in Kalkaska. And now with gift cards that give you a little extra. They're your places for up north flavor.
2 years, 3.2.
Welcome back to Friday Face-Off on Up North Sports Radio, brought to us by TVC Airport. Jerry Coyne, Rich Calkins, and Gordon Miller, Miller Lending. I heard your ad on 97.1 The Ticket.
Oh, God, I have not even...
Well, you're so logical, Mr. Spock. You come off like the Spock of the mortgage business. Just logic, my friends.
Yeah,
logic.
just being logical. I will see how 97.1 picking up statewide was interesting.
Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Did they hit you up for more money?
Well, they were trying to have me advertise with each local market and pay more, and I said I'm already on with you.
Yeah, you get it. Well, you're getting half as much of your spots because we eat up the other half of your spots.
Yeah.
And I won't sell you any advertising, so
Right.
don't beg.
Well, we're bartering. This is barter.
The barter system.
It takes me an hour to get here.
You know, the Red Wings we're not looking appealing when they headed out west.
No, losing streak was.
They played pretty good hockey.
They did. They really accorded themselves quite well, I thought, overall.
DeBrincat and Kane, when they play well, they're a tough hockey team to beat.
Yeah.
And they've played pretty well. Larkin scored a couple of goals. It's remarkable how much better this team is when multiple lines are scoring.
Yeah.
And they're not as easy to defend.
Yeah.
It's remarkable looking at the roster from a year ago and seeing how much different and younger it got. Because that was the frustrating thing to me was, hey, we're going to win another Calder Cup. Let's win 5 straight Calder Cups. We got a great team in Grand Rapids, but we're not going to bring them up.
Play a little bit better in net, although he gave up some cheapos in the win against Calgary at the end. I didn't see it.
Yeah,
and
I watched part of that one. It was 4-0 into the third period.
4-3.
Yeah, and then I turned it back over. It's 4-3. I'm like, what happened? Yeah. I mean, it was wild, and hung on to win them.
Sebastian Kostas is just never going to make it. Eh?
Well, one of them was a penalty shot because the defense still has serious problems.
Yeah.
Too much youth.
Well, yeah, you're going to get, but they might as well at least have speed. Okay. And
yeah.
So when
speed can make up for things.
Young, fast, and inexperienced is better than old, slow, and burned out.
Yeah.
Are you talking about?
I'm talking about you.
Van Riemsdyk? Van Riemsdyk seems old. I'm old and washed out.
Yeah, washed up jocks of America.
Correct. Right.
Those. What about the way the Avalanche have started their season? They're ridiculous right now. Only 2 losses.
Don't worry, they'll choke it away in the Stanley Cup Finals.
There'll be a goalie fight. They need a little spark in Colorado. But, I mean, Edmonton's been another story. I mean, I know the Wings were at the end of the road trip and lost last night, but Edmonton's been... and Florida. What's going on with Florida?
Yeah.
Are they just coasting until the playoffs?
I don't know. Maybe they won't make the play.
They got dominated
sooner or
last
later.
night.
Last night, yeah.
But, they have played a lot of extra hockey.
Yeah,
in
we talk about
this Hits team. It happened to the Wings. When you're playing an extra whole season in the 3
2
years.
months.
Yeah.
2 months longer.
And
brutal.
still got 3 of their stars haven't even been on the ice yet. So.
And Tampa just lost 5 in a week. So I mean, it's nobody.
Stamkos had 4 goals last night for the Predators.
Saw that.
Wow, we had no
Steven
connection to get him.
Stamkos.
Yeah, he's okay.
He's all right.
We didn't need him. We didn't need
the
him.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
We didn't need him.
Who's we? What team are you? The Hurricanes
or the Wings?
Oh no, when it comes to hockey, I'm still a Wings. So
all right.
The Hurricanes
Hurricanes
are regular season studs.
or
that just
the
haven't
Lightning,
advanced.
or the whatever team is playing.
Right.
I'm a Capitals fan.
Right. How you doing this year? All right. I'm a fan.
I'm good.
I've been a long time fan.
Go Niners, Lions.
Yeah.
By the way, Chicago tomorrow or Sunday is we looked it up was 1 degree. Feels like 1 degree.
Feels like 1 degree because of the wind, of course, and the
Are
low
they playing
temperature.
an outdoor game?
Yeah, that's Browns.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, you're talking about that. I think you're talking about
sorry.
Yeah.
No.
The Wings are
Switch
not
gears.
playing outdoors this year. I don't know where the 2 outdoor
I don't. Yeah, I
games
haven't
are.
seen
I
much
haven't
about
seen
it.
those.
Yeah.
Jeez, they used to be featured. Now they don't.
Well, yeah, but now the NFL plays on that day, and so.
Oh yeah.
So much for the Winter Classics.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're taking away my
NFL, whenever they want to, they just squash you like a bug.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. What happened to Christmas Day, which was NBA.
Oh, yeah.
And the Pistons are good enough to play this Christmas.
Yes.
I think they are. But
it's an afterthought now.
Everybody will be watching Atlanta, Carolina.
Yes. Yeah.
Is the
exactly.
CFP opposite the NFL?
The COP?
The CFP.
CFP, College Football Playoff?
They could learn something from the NFL.
Yes.
Because I thought that the second weekend or at some point that they're actually directly opposite.
Because there's games this weekend, right? Starting off here already in the the lower seeded teams. And
BYU I think is already done after almost making the CFP. They get 1 game, then they lose their coach to Michigan. Somebody's going to lose a coach to Michigan.
The Vagisil Bowl.
Where somebody's losing a coach to Michigan, and then and we finally get NBA back tonight.
Yeah.
Jeez, no more midseason cups.
Hawks.
We can stop. We can stop the cups.
Yeah.
Just play basketball.
James, hold on.
They're being rumored for Anthony Davis. Isn't that funny? Why?
Yeah.
Well,
it's more like it.
Why would the Pistons keep getting mentioned for Anthony Davis? That wouldn't make any sense.
They're never making that move.
That would never.
I would never. Who's going to trade for him?
Exactly.
Unless you get paid, for the games that he doesn't play, that would be interesting.
Although doesn't Anthony Davis comes attached with the #1 overall pick through the rigged lottery, right? Because when he gets traded, then Dallas got.
It's time for the Sarah Automotive High School Sportscape Show. We'll turn Mr. Miller's mic off and welcome James Cook into the program. James, as part of your contract with the Traverse City Record Eagle, do you get a dog sled?
I do not. Okay. Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Yeah. Because that's what you needed to see a basketball game this week.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's been a decent number of games actually got canceled this week.
I was kind of surprised. They've jumped the gun on the cancellations on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I know the weather looked like crap in the morning, but you gotta wait till 2 or 3, right? I mean, come on.
Our game, speaking for Traverse City West, we were going to Midland, and they got 5 inches of snow. And when Mid-Michigan...
I know that's south.
Yeah, got hit harder. And so when they get 5 inches down there, they panic.
Yeah,
they're like, we're not used to this at all.
Yeah.
So they're like, no, we got to cancel.
There's more snow in Fife Lake and in Grayling than there is in Gaylord.
Yes, it's been
by a little wide margin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Fife Lake has canceled like all of its basketball games this week, I think.
We had a lot of snow. I mean, we're over 3 feet of snow in Fife Lake since, the dumping has started. I mean, luckily my back is holding out.
Right. You got to don't want to go on the injured reserve right now.
No, we can't. That's right. They need me.
Yeah.
So where are you headed tonight, James?
I'm not 100% sure yet. I was looking at the schedule. The Cadillac at TC St. Francis boys basketball game looks like a good one.
Yeah.
Should be. Is that in Caddy or in?
It's in St. Francis.
It's in St. Francis.
And
it's at St. Francis. Yeah.
What a wonderful.
Cadillac got beat by Essexville Garber. That was our Saab hot matchup of the week. They went down to Essexville Garber and got beat by like 3 points.
Yeah,
So.
they had to cross Lake Huron to do so. But the St. Francis, the homey confines of the if you needed to film Hoosiers 2, you would film
That's
it
where
at
you're
St.
going.
Francis.
I love it. Love it. Yeah.
Yeah, they do it pretty cool. That old-timey gym is pretty cool there.
It reminds me, literally, I hate to say this, of my grade school gym. Not my high school
Right.
gym, my grade school gym. So.
Yeah. Well, and Central's gym is pretty, has that old-time feel to it, too. It's got that different
The 50s
setup
architecture.
than most
right.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. A team that hasn't been affected thus far appears by the weather is Petoskey, because they've played 4 games already.
There's no snow in Petoskey. I don't even think Boyne Highlands is open.
And they've started off 3-1 so far. Good for them. They don't play again until the 16th against Sault Ste. Marie. So they've been able to dodge where they're going or anyone coming up to Petoskey. So good for them. James, what
On
else?
top of everything else, James, like almost most of the girls' games, their opening week got canceled too.
I know.
Yeah, a few of them here and there. Yeah, you've got Central and West are both hosting games tonight.
Right.
Central against Grand Haven and West against Caledonia. So
we're covering that game.
Rich is going to. We've been. Hopefully, the Lady Titans can bring home a win.
Yeah, they won earlier in the week against Ludington, so good for them. So on the road. Yeah. So looking forward to calling that game tonight.
Yeah, they've got a new coach.
Yes,
the girls team has a new coach. So former player there at TC West
what
for
we
the
hear
boys
every
team.
year. There's a new coach at
last name is New, N-N-E-U. Is that right, James?
Yep, Parker New.
New, okay.
Yep.
Yep,
he played at TC West. A little ways back. Pretty young guy, kind of just out of college.
I think those are the best. I mean, those turn out to be really good choices for women's basketball. Somebody that hasn't been a head coach before to step in and not come in with any preconceived notions.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll do a pretty decent job there. So
we hope
the early results have been good.
So the Vikings from Grayling, they take on Charlevoix tonight. So
good bellwether game for them.
It is. Yeah, absolutely. They're off to a 2-1 start.
Yeah.
So
they lost on exhaustion.
Yes.
To Houghton
that
Lake.
1 point game.
Yeah. 1 point game. The setback scoring in high school basketball maybe 70 years.
41-40.
I mean, it was literally 18-16 at half. I mean, they built a new gym on the bricks that were laid.
Right.
And
you need a good foundation.
You do. Yeah, I read that in the Bible.
Yeah.
So the hockey season has already kicked off as well, James.
Oh yeah, the hockey season started even before the basketball season started. I don't know. Central, I think TC Central had played like 6 hockey games before basketball started.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Let's get started.
So hockey's already going off. TC Central's at Cadillac tonight. The West is at Sault Ste. Marie. The Bay Reps are playing a home game tonight against Granville, and Petoskey's bringing in Jenison. Gaylord's bringing in Gibraltar Carlson. And the Lakeshore team, which is the kind of Manistee Ludington co-op team, is playing the Mid-Michigan Raptors. That's what the name of the team is. It's another co-op team. Based in Mount Pleasant, I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they give them those real unique nicknames, when you have the combined team.
Yeah, because Raptors are known as on-ice animals.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, and Central and West are co-oping in
girls
in bowling.
Bowling?
Too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like they did in lacrosse for a while. So that team is the Tritons. So they're putting together Central and West for one team. putting Trojans and Titans together.
Right.
Which is
where do they bowl out of, James?
Yeah.
Where's their home lanes?
Incredible Mo's. Out in
Love it. That is
yeah,
fantastic. I love it.
So yeah, and that huge league that they were in, that was a big number of teams, kind of split in half too this year. So a lot of the smaller schools and like Petoskey and Gaylord kind of formed their own league called the Northern Michigan Bowling Conference, I think. And they're gonna have meets. They're just gonna rotate them all around instead of just having them at Lucky Jack's like they did before.
We had a bowling team at Brother Rice way back before television, and did you know that the actual name is Keglers?
Is that right?
If you're a bowler, you're a Kegler.
Oh, I did not know
Yeah,
that.
that's right.
Yeah.
So,
nice.
That's the only thing I ever learned at Brother Rice.
Yeah.
Remember, James, we have a 2-minute hard out. So get to the highlights.
The bowling team is actually called the Striking Tritons.
I love it.
They added that to it, and they have a pretty cool logo of kind of a Triton.
Well, 3 fingers
figure,
going into
with a
3
bowling
holes.
ball in
Yeah,
one hand.
Right, 3 holes on the bowling ball. I get it. That's good.
Yep.
And the Triton's nickname is also for the combined co-op swim team, swim and diving, right, James?
Yep. Yeah. Basically everything that Central and West co-op in, they call them the Tritons because it's just combining Trojans and Titans into one word.
Well, is that what the girls? Because they combined for a girls hockey team, but that's not what their name is.
No, that's the Bay Reps for the girls.
Okay.
Much like it is for the boys, except the girls team kind of casts a bigger net.
Okay, gotcha.
Central and West
That makes sense.
in there too.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So, are we missing any other game? Who's Gaylord got?
Oh, do you know, James, right offhand?
I'm not sure if Gaylord plays tonight.
Okay, that's fair.
For boys basketball, I don't think that they play tonight.
Yeah, let me see. They are
They're not in my list, at least.
2-1 start for them. No, they play Bay City Central on the 15th.
Yep, their girls play Charlevoix tonight.
Okay.
I got a quick question for you, James. Maybe you can get a hard answer or not. So, how many of these games do you think will get made up, and how many will just get washed?
I mean, it depends on if it's a conference game, they usually get made up about 90% of the time. If they're a non-conference game, then it's a little bit more 50-50, especially if it's someplace from far away.
Yeah.
It's all trying to mash together.
City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas.
Will you have a cup of hot chocolate, or do you have coffee in the house? I know sometimes you have to.
I don't have coffee in the house, but
will you do a hot chocolate or a coffee on Christmas morning?
no. Is that a tradition of yours?
Not necessarily, no. But I mean, I don't drink coffee, but I have occasionally. I'll make myself a hot chocolate.
So I'm curious as to why you asked the question.
Hearing the Christmas music put me in the mood, and I started thinking about Christmas morning.
By Christmas evening, the idea of a hot chocolate with a little something in it.
Yeah,
that could be that. I could see that in Doug's future. Yeah.
Yeah,
and probably Doug's past.
What would you put in the hot chocolate?
So I love Captain Morgan. So
Captain and hot chocolate.
Yeah, or Fireball. Fireball's another.
Fireball,
one,
I can see.
I put Captain in everything. But yes, Fireball's probably the go-to.
You put Captain in Captain Crunch?
Ooh.
That's really putting the Captain in Captain Crunch.
I was just testing how far this goes.
That's interesting.
Captain usually goes in the cider. You heat up some
Captain
cider, put some
I
Captain
see
in
that.
there. But Fireball is probably more of a hot chocolate thing.
Yeah.
Even a coffee thing. If you're going to do coffee, a little Fireball.
I like rum chata.
Okay, yeah, I could see that.
And I like it if you go on. I can even do it on the rocks, like in the evening. I can have like a rum chata actually mix it with a little bit of actual whiskey too, or bourbon, and some cardamom bitters.
Yeah.
Shake it up with some ice.
Yeah.
Delicious.
248-539-9797. Phone calls, feedback. Let's get back to your calls. We go to Jay in Dearborn. You are next. Hi, Jay.
Hey guys, I wanted to say it's got to be DeBoer because I remember like when Lloyd Carr was retiring, pushed out, whatever. We should have hired Jim Harbaugh. He had all these ties and feel like you want to be here, but it didn't pan out. We got Rich Rod, and this gives me that vibe, like that feel. Like you got Jed Fish, who I really feel like is practically who they're going to hire, and it's a mistake. And we need a guy like DeBoer. He has ties here. He understands how to win, how to run the ball. It just feels right. He's got more experience head coaching. I don't know. I feel like if you don't get someone like that has an identity, not only are you going to lose recruits, you're going to lose focus on how to win big games against like your rivals, against OSU. We're not going to OSU, right? So we just need somebody that really to the core understands Michigan. I feel like DeBoer is that guy. What do you guys think about that?
I'm not concerned about understanding Michigan as much as I'm concerned about one of my top priorities here is when if I get a chance to ever meet the new coach, which I hope I do, but if I ever get a chance to meet whoever the next coach is, I want to come away feeling like this is a rock solid individual that is going to run things the right way. And,
okay, let me ask
but I will say this. I never saw this coming with Sharon. And I know people are saying, oh, rumors were out there forever. There was rumors about everything. I don't believe anything until it's confirmed. But I'm just saying in personal interaction, okay, face to face, and we sat we never saw this coming. There are other people that I've been around that I'd be like, okay, yeah, I can see that. But this was not, couldn't see it coming. So I hope to come away feeling that this is a rock solid person, but you just never know.
As far as the Michigan part is concerned, with somebody who understands Michigan, I think the bar is set is just don't be Rich Rodriguez, right?
Well, if you're bringing in someone from the outside, like Kenny Dillingham has apparently no ties to him,
right? Yeah,
and that's okay. I'm not concerned about any of that other stuff. If he's a rock solid person that can run a program the right way and win at a high level, who doesn't want that? Everybody wants that. I would say if you're a total outsider, it's important to have some Midwest ties and maybe even some Michigan guys on the staff to help with things like transition. I think the transition with Rich Rod went terrible. I think it went terrible. I think that thing would have had a chance to be successful is if there was a stronger transition as far as going with something completely different. Don't mind it. And I think that can work when you go with something completely different. But at that time, he needed some Michigan guys on the staff to help with the transition, in my opinion.
Yeah, can I add one more thing?
Sure.
And only because you brought it up, I feel compelled. The way college football is going, integrity and all those things, they're out the window. Me personally, I have completely separated football and sports out of the actual institution. So by no means am I looking for an A-plus character. I'm looking for a guy that can win big at high levels. That's what DeBoer is. I'm not saying,
Well, Jay,
great.
I will say this. I'm not in that camp, and I don't think anybody at Michigan is in that camp in terms of who they're going to try hire next.
Coming out of this, that's your take?
Yeah.
Coming out of all this, your take is I don't care about it. Let's just win? Okay.
I'm not in that camp at all.
Wow. I'm stunned to hear that from a Michigan fan. That's your take right now. Is after all the controversy,
Gator?
all the incidents.
Gator, there's all kinds of people out there. Wow. I don't think very many people would agree with him. But
I hope not.
248-539-9797. Greg is in Dearborn. Hello, Greg.
Hey guys, real quick, Gator. When you're talking about rum chata is fantastic, but that remind me of the Christmas story when Dad is just visibly, violently hungover, and he's sitting there. And Mom brings the booze over to him, and then he's all good for the rest of the.
Yeah, a little hair of the dog. Yep.
Yep. No, but I kind of want Michigan to do like a Signetti on steroids for two reasons. One, it'll give Michigan a wagon. I hate the name game, but let's say if they went and poached Lincoln Riley and got his recruiting class and some of his best players and had a whole NIL deal created by Ellison to pay for it all, that would make Michigan awesome. And then two, I think it would, like the Notre Dame thing, kind of get people pissed off. And that might kind of orchestrate some kind of change in college football. And I always bristle when I hear, like Doug, you said it before, that Congress needs to get involved. I think you said it, but I know that Saban said it too.
What did I say?
No, like I think you said that like the Congress or like our government needs to get involved.
I don't
Pretty
think
sure Doug didn't say that.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Okay. But Saban said it.
Okay.
And I think he might be right because like there's so much money involved. College football, the playoff committee, they're not going to do anything. NCAA, we know they're not doing anything. So like if enough people are pissed off and complaining about it, maybe, just maybe, they would be the ones that would come and say, hey, you guys got to get this taken care of, because it is insane that could actually happen. Larry Ellison could just strike a check, and then they could go and poach this whole team and fleece all of USC's players and then just create this wild, crazy team all based on money, which is...
So I don't remember ever wanting to bring in politicians into this. Maybe too much rum chata. I might have spit that out on a Tuesday back in August. But if you're looking for some things that could probably operate as good stabilizers for the collegiate game that aren't really punishing the schools or the players, they can still benefit, and that is contracts, like binding contracts. If you sign an NIL deal with a school, you and the school determine for how many years.
Well, that's a whole other conversation about fixing college football. But as far as the head coach of USC is concerned, I'm not sure why he would want to leave that situation that he's in.
No, he's got a good look. I'm not sure.
Situation.
He's got a good recruiting class coming in.
No, not a good recruiting class.
Well, it's fine.
Sorry.
It's very good, but except I was stunned when I was out there how much griping there was about Lincoln Riley. Stunned. I was like, this guy's doing a pretty damn good job. People were bitching up a storm to me, and I'm like, really? But, I guess that's probably everywhere now. Fire everybody. Remember that, Scott.
Yeah.
Fire everybody.
Everybody's got to go.
248-539-9797. Matt is next. Hello, Matt.
Hey, this is a kind of a shot that nobody else is talking about, but I think the person that needs to be looked at for the next head coach at Michigan is Tony Anise out of Ferris State. And he killed it there. He killed it at Muskegon High School. And there's a precedent set for that kind of a pattern. Or Jim Tressel down at Ohio State was killing it at Youngstown State before he came along. And then he clearly killed it at Ohio State. And one other thing, the person who called in about the ethical piece, the ethical piece is the first most important thing. More important than winning is doing it the right way.
Yeah, I didn't think that guy probably represented a large percentage of the fan base. I think there's a lot of embarrassment as to what's gone on here. And they're not mutually exclusive. You can win and do it the right way and stay out of the headlines. You can stay off Good Morning America and NBC News. You don't have to be on CNN.
The Today Show.
Or in Gator's case, the Today Show. I was there. I was merely listening to our Michigan insider, Scott Anderson, as he was on, it was today. Yeah, it was the Today Show. 248-539-9797. Carson Anderson, 97.1.
The NBA season is here, and Fanatics Sportsbook is running all the right plays. Bet with Fanatics and earn up to 10% fan cash on your bets, win or lose. So even if your bet doesn't hit, you're still scoring fan cash, which you can use on NBA fits, tickets, and access to exclusive Fanatics events. Plus, with Fanatics Fair Play's first half injury protection, if your player goes out with an injury, your bet stays in play. Fair Play protects your bets all season, refunding your bet or keeping your parlay alive. Why risk it with other sportsbooks when your player props are protected with the home of Fair Play? Fanatics Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-522-4700. MD, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Offer not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Sportsbook app.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. The weather is brought to you by Roscommon Auto Recyclers. Quality auto repair, parts for older models, and service second to none. Roscommon Auto Recyclers on East Federal Highway in Roscommon and at roscommonautorecyclers.com.
Happy Friday! It's Doppler 10 meteorologist Haley Fischetti, and here's a look at today's forecast. Heading outside to more of those quiet skies across the region. Temperatures are still in the 20s and 30s across the area, with a clipper system moving into the region tonight. That's going to be bringing in more of that widespread snow across northern Michigan for the overnight hours and then into Saturday morning before we start to see more of those lake effect showers take control this weekend, paired with some colder air. For Saturday, things are going to stay pretty chilly out there, slowly trying to warm up into Sunday and Monday, with still some snow chances in the forecast. We'll have all the details over on 9 and 10 News.
Hi folks, Jim Jeffries for Michigan Trailers in Traverse City, Northern Michigan's value leader in utility trailer sales. Winter is the perfect time to make sure your trailer is ready for a hard day's work or a fun run in the snow. For a limited time, we're offering a special axle service including bearings and repack for just $129 per axle. This includes a complete 22-point safety inspection for your added peace of mind. Call now for an appointment. We book up fast at 231-943-4007 or visit us online at michigantrailer.com.
Doug Karsh, Scott Anderson, 97.1, 248-539-9797. Let's get back to your open line calls. We'll get to some Lions stuff. I know I see a Lions fan, and we hear you. We will get to it in the noon hour. And there's some school stuff out there that we should talk about because kind of conflicting reports on the probability of him getting traded. I promise we will get to it. Terry in Detroit, you're on 97.1. Hi, Terry.
Hey, what's happening, fellas? Good call. Good show, man. Definitely appreciate you guys taking my call.
Thank you.
I don't know if it's been spoke on, but the last guy kind of stole my thunder with the Ferris State coach. Mm-hmm. But I'm thinking Lance Taylor up in Western Michigan. He's right down the highway, and he's got a good recruiting. He's killing it in the MEAC. You know, definitely. I think he's worth a look.
So I got to tell you, my impressions of Lance Taylor, I did not like him at first at Western. Wasn't impressed at all. And then I've watched what he's done, and he's won me over. I think he is a brilliant young coach, and I think he's going to do good things. Is he at the top of the list? I doubt it. But as this thing progresses, so I made the comments yesterday about how Michigan's going to really, if they don't stay out of these stupid headlines, they're going to damage the brand, and a brand that's built over a long, long time. And they need to get their ducks in a row and get in order and stop with all the nonsense. I'm sorry, it's repeated for a lot of people. And part of that was, are they even going to get real credible coaches interested in this job? The early returns, what I'm hearing is, yes, they are getting real credible coaches with long. It hasn't hurt them yet. I advise that they stop with the nonsense, but I don't think Lance Taylor would be at the top of the list. If they get turned down a bunch, they might be looking at a younger coach whose resume isn't as long. But I think Lance Taylor is a really, really good coach and will get his opportunity. I hate it for Western because I love that they got a good coach. But bottom line is, I think eventually somebody will give him a bigger job.
Yeah, definitely. He deserves it.
Thank you for the phone call. 248-539-9797. Let's go to Lucas. You're next. Hi, Lucas.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
First time calling in. Enjoy the show.
Great.
I just want to speak briefly on the whole ethical piece that we keep talking about. I agree with you guys to a certain point. I believe that should be important. Getting someone who's going to come in here and do the right way. But the guy who originally brought it up, I mean, I'm a huge Michigan fan, but at what point are we going to look at ourselves in the quote-unquote Michigan man that we give ourselves when our last two coaches were both cheaters? Two different ways, but both cheaters. So
I don't think
I agree we got to get it right.
I will tell you this. I don't think they're beholden to getting somebody with Michigan ties. And I don't even just get the right guy. That whole thing it limits the field. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Agree.
But as far as what the first guy said, if you're responding to him, the first guy said he doesn't care at all about the ethics, and I'm like, ooh, geez.
Yeah, I'm not that far on that side with him, but I want to win. I want it to do it the right way, but sometimes the people that call in like, oh, we need someone who's a president of the United States worthy up here, which, well, yeah, that's not even. I guess held to that high of a standard these days. Yeah.
All right, Lucas. I'll just say this. I would prefer strongly, and I think Michigan will, really do their due diligence in vetting. It would be a massive mistake not to. And I think a clean record with the NCAA and personal life, I'm not going to say it's 100% a requirement, but I think they should really, really put a lot of weight into that. And there's candidates out there like that. I don't know much about Kalen DeBoer and all that stuff, but I would be finding out about it right now. Kenny Dillingham, I'd be finding out about it right now. Clark Lee or whoever else.
Well, I would hope that a lot of the past imperfections from previous coaches throughout the country, a lot of that's been eliminated because of NIL. But now you're able to actually pay players. You don't have to hide it. It can actually be up front and out there for everyone to see. And so the corruption part should have been shrinking, and yet it hasn't. It's not just a coach that has to, show that. It's an athletic director. It's a president. It's the whole university. Everybody has to act as if they're professionals and on the up and up. Which gets to the leadership.
It's occurred to me that Michigan fans for the soul, Dusty May, go win the national championship, would you? Just for the soul. 248-539-9797. Gary's in Fenton next. Hi, Gary.
Hey, how are you guys doing? Just a real quick question. Instead of telling the players...
Do you have us on speaker, Gary? Could you take us off speaker? It's harder to hear you.
I'm sorry. Is this any better?
Yes,
it is. Okay. I think we should just do a flat rate for the players. Quarterback makes so much. Wide receiver makes so much. Then if they excel, and make All-American, then they can get bonuses. I think going into what we're doing now it's just nuts. So that's my 2 cents.
So here's the problem with what you're saying. If you want limits, Gary, and for years you couldn't pay anybody, but guess what? People were getting paid. And there are some schools that are desperate for limits so that they can go above and beyond said limits. And right now there are no limits. And, look, the last 2 national champions are from the Big Ten. And maybe, who knows, maybe we'll get 3 in a row here. But in the era of limitless, feels like it's been a bit of an equalizer, doesn't it?
Not really, because you got a different team every year.
Yeah, but doesn't it feel like maybe Big Ten teams can compete on a higher level in this new world order, or how they're doing it?
Well, as the Big Ten team going that way, or the other teams hiding it better?
There's nothing to hide.
Well, I mean, in the years past, they were.
Well, in the past, in the past. I mean, did you hear the Ed Orgeron interview the other day where he said, "Yeah, I used to slip the money through the back door. Now we bring it through the front door," or something like that. I don't want to. I probably shouldn't do it.
Great.
But
no, it wasn't a bad impression. I liked it.
Okay, well, but I mean, what he said. I don't know if that's exactly what he said, but the limit when I understand the theory, right? I want to let this run its course for a while. Let's see how the Big Ten does in a limitless NIL era. And after a decade, we can revisit it.
Well, 2 for 2.
I'm enjoying the hell out of this. I mean, we've seen recruits at the last minute flip from SEC commits to Michigan and Michigan State commits at the last minute. Huh. When did that ever happen? 248-539-9797. Caitlin's in Grosse Pointe and next. Hi, Caitlin.
Hey, guys. So right along those lines, is they say, bowl games are worse and rivalries are worse, and there's no loyalty left in the game because people are moving left and right. And to that guy's point, you have to find some kind of happy medium because college football is losing it, right? So you can pay them whatever you want, and the first year you commit, we'll give you however much you want, but if you want to leave, you better really want to leave because you can never sign another contract for as much as you signed that first contract for. Makes them kind of want to stay at the same school. You're still going to get paid if you want to leave, but you can never make more than you made when you were here with us your first year. But to that guy's point, there has to be something because this is just getting kind of boring and kind of meh.
Well,
guys, go Lions.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the TV ratings are hurting. I mean, I've said it a million times, but the Sunday through Friday part of college football is telling me I don't want to watch this sport. And then Saturdays roll around, and I love it like I always did.
Yeah, I mean, the ratings are up.
So
for college football and NFL, everything is up.
What's happening is change. And people, people don't like change. They don't like change. And I get it. I'm like fighting back some urges to say, you know what, I'm just going to embrace it and focus on the stuff that I love about the new world of college football. I'm excited about the games next Friday and Saturday. For people who say the bowl games suck, some of them are going to go away. But it's just more football. The schools that are going enjoying them. The fan base is still watched. The TV numbers are there.
Yeah, but the players aren't playing.
The players, not all the players are playing, but you know who loves it? The players that get to play.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, honestly,
but the better players are holding out. I look, I get it. To me,
they don't mean much. But if the people involved enjoy them and the TV ratings are there, I don't know why. If you don't like them, don't watch.
Look, I love football. I'm going to watch, but I would enjoy it a heck of a lot more. And I've said this from day one when NIL started going a little wacko. If NIL were actually what it's supposed to be, I would really enjoy this. Guys actually making money off of their name, image, and likeness instead of just getting cut a check from some corporate guy saying, here you go, thanks for signing up. I mean, if it was actually, hey, I'm running this camp over the summer. And there is a lot of that, but we don't ever hear about that. Instead, all we hear about is some big donor just stepped up and he's going to give $500,000 to lure the running back from Utah State to come over to wherever. You know what I mean? It's been bastardized. It's not what NIL is supposed to be. It's just flat out paying players without having them to do the work that was intended to do.
248-539-9797. Carson Anderson, 97.1.
Look, it's cold outside, really cold outside. And when it gets really cold, it can really do some damage to your garage door. If you start hearing some strange noises or if it's working really slowly and you're not sure what to do, let me help you out. Call the great folks over at Precision Garage Door Service today. They can help you out. They've got technicians in the field that know exactly what they're doing. They're experts at what they do. They have a truck that's got all the equipment necessary to get the job done right there in front of you. I know this firsthand. They did this for me years ago when I was having problems with my garage doors, and I couldn't be more satisfied now that it's all been completely done. And years later, when I had to get new garage doors, I called them. My garage doors are fantastic. They're going to work for you as well. They have same-day services, emergency repairs are available, and weekends are available at no extra charge, and they offer the industry's leading warranty. It's called the Precision Promise. Give them a call today at 1-800-DOOR-REPAIR or schedule an appointment online at a time that's going to work for you at precisiondoormi.com.
Stoney here to tell you about a friend of mine who I know makes the best plays in town. He wins more than any of the teams I talk about. That's attorney Mike Morse of the Mike Morse Law Firm. If you're injured after a crash, you need someone fighting for you. And Mike's been fighting and winning for his clients for over 30 years. And he gets big wins, amazing wins. Plus, there's no fee to call, no fee to hire him. In fact, he doesn't win for you or it's free. So if you're injured, take it from me. Call Mike Morse, 855-MIKE-WINS.
Hey Detroit, it's Heather here with some big news. Verizon, America's best 5G network, wants you to bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill, and they'll give you a better deal. If you think Verizon is expensive, well, think again. Not only does Verizon let you lock in your low price for 3 years, everyone in the family can mix and match their plans with my plan. And everyone can get the same great phone deals when they trade in an eligible phone in any condition on my plan. That means new and existing customers. That's more reasons to save, more reasons to switch. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to your local Detroit Verizon store, and they'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on RootMetrics United State Root Score report dated first half 2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid customer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. 3-year price lock applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms apply to promotional offers. See www.verizon.com/switch-2-verizon/.
Tune in to 101.1 WGRY, Friday from 10 to 11 a.m. for Destination NFL, brought to you in part by Cherry Capital Airport TVC, your Northern Michigan connection at tvcairport.com. Up North Sports Radio.
Up North Sports Radio is the home of the Detroit Sports Network. The Northern Michigan High School Scoreboard Show with Rich Calkins every Saturday morning at 10. Catch Front Lines to Freedom every Sunday morning at 6. Are the Wings on tonight? Go to upnorthsportsradio.com and get all the Detroit game info. Leading the lineup on the Detroit Sports Network, Up North Sports Radio.
Hogan's Jewelers cordially invites you to their famous men's weekend this Saturday and Sunday. Register to win some fantastic prizes while you shop for your sweetie. Enjoy some great libations and Jake and Jill's barbecue. You could win a gorgeous Shinola sport watch worth over $1,300, a Bintelli B2 e-bike valued at $1,700, or a pair of tickets to see the Lions' final home game versus the Steelers on Sunday the 21st. Get your gal's wish list filled while Hogan's treats you like royalty this Saturday 10 to 5 and Sunday 11 to 3 in downtown Gaylord.
QT is ready for winter. Is your car? Hi, I'm Tom Boland from Quality Truck and Auto in Grayling. We can undercoat and apply rust preventative beginning at just $500. Remote starts are a godsend in the winter. QT will fix you up starting at $369. And heated seats start for as low as $699 for both front seats. QT has slashed prices on select tonneau covers and running boards. See everything that we can do at QTA online and let us beautify your baby today.
For a limited time, mention this ad and get 10% off rust proofing.
Watch the TC West Titans streaming live at upnorthsportsradio.com.
Brought to you in part by Traverse City Area Public Schools. They exist to educate. tcaps.net.
TC West Titans on upnorthsportsradio.com.
Don Carr, Scott Anderson, 97.1, 248-539-9797. Let's go to Jeff next on 97.1. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Doug.
What's up?
I want to make this brief for you, brother.
I would like to see John Beeline and a group come in, John Beeline being the temporary AD, in hopes to get a long-term AD, because I think this problem starts at the top. And before I hire a coach, I want to get everything rooted out.
So, look, I mean, they're doing I think everything's getting looked at right now, Jeff. And Beeline's awesome, okay? Beeline's awesome. And good dude. I don't know if he'd have any interest in it if they were to go that direction. But, they probably want to move quickly on that, but make sure they're doing everything the right way as far as anything if they're going to make any changes. So, but Beeline was a great representative of the University of Michigan, that's for sure. And we need more John Beelines in this world, not less.
Yes, sir. Yep. And again, I would like to start at the top, because I just think this is not a good time to hire somebody without a good, path through the AD as well.
Well, Jeff, I'll tell you this.
I think the whole thing's tainted.
The right now, and I opened the show with this yesterday, Michigan needing to get things in order to cut down on the nonsense and the BS and the scandals and all that. And, part of it is just because it's what you should do. Part of it is because I'm sick of talking about this. Part of this is because you're eventually going to damage the brand if you haven't already. I was pleasantly surprised to hear that there are an ample amount of quality candidates that are interested in this job, in spite of the insecurity and the way people are looking at the Michigan Athletic Department right now. Was pleasantly surprised. Brian in Detroit is next. Hi, Brian.
Hey, fellas. How y'all doing this morning?
All right, Brian. How you doing?
Hey, Gator, I was listening to you. Said you used the word bastardized. But Gator, college sports been like this forever. The SEC was doing this before NIL, and we gave them great praise. But now we have a problem with paying players when it has always gone on. And it irks me when I hear somebody talk about, now all of a sudden they got a problem with it.
Do you think I didn't have a problem? Hang on, Brian. Do you think I didn't have a problem with it from way back when the SEC was known to have done it all the time? You think I was like, oh, it's cool, SEC's doing it?
Gator, I can't remember every conversation.
No, you don't have to, but you can. I think you've known me over the years anyway as a commentator. Do you think that's something that would sit well with me? Hey, as long as they're paying them under the table, that's cool. No, I have a problem with it then. I have a problem with I don't like how NIL is now, because it's not what it's supposed to be. That's my problem with it.
But this is what I'm saying. When some players and people wasn't getting no money, they love the sport. Now that players are actually getting paid over the table legally, I'm not pointing you out, but now they have a big problem with it.
Yeah, I mean, Brian, it's weird. I don't get it either. I think the one thing, you know what I think people do? I think they conflate NIL with the portal. And that they don't like their players leaving more than they care about them getting paid. And I can understand that. It's harder to build a relationship and have as much fun if you think a guy's going to be gone come January 1st.
I go back a couple weeks ago. When Lane Kiffin was going through the rumors of getting that job, didn't nobody have a problem with that. They might have mentioned it. But
I think a lot of people had a problem with it. Yeah.
But the problem is, when it was business. Now we just have to accept players can do that. They can ask for money, get it over the table, and you can either love the sport or hate it. People that hate it, I always hear them talk about it. Like Mike Valenti, talk about all the time he don't like the sport. Well, find something else to do, brother. It's a whole bunch of people out here who love it. They love college football.
I don't. I think it's interesting that if you think, and if people do not like the game anymore because players get paid, I agree with you. It shouldn't impact your enjoyment of the game. I think what can impact the enjoyment of the game is the constant upheaval of your roster. I mean, part of the fun of it is your guys for a few years. And there's a little bit more of a mercenary feel to it.
There's definitely a mercenary feel to it, but I think you can both dislike the way the NIL is being doled out and dislike the portal, and it's two different things. Yeah. And I can dislike both of them, the way that it's done.
Well,
I know it's going to get at some point it's going to get down to a situation where there's either a cap or there's going to be contracts.
Let's go without a cap for a while, can we please?
I understand what you're saying, but and either way, come up with a solution either way. But again, with me personally, it's about the principle and the standard what NIL is supposed to be. I mean, when Jeremy Bloom was playing wide receiver at Colorado and was told that basically he couldn't because he was getting paid to be a skier.
Right. That was stupid.
It was really stupid. But in today's world, yeah, you'd be able to do that. But back then he couldn't because he was getting endorsement deals for being a skier. But they were being endorsement deals for products and whatnot. And I thought, okay, is this something that should happen? Should players be allowed to make money off their name, image, and likeness, like to run camps in the summer or to represent a car dealership or whatever? You know, there's a slippery slope with that. But to an extent, yeah, that's what I think. But that's not what it is. And I have to accept that that's not what it is. And if this is widespread, like, no, name, image, and likeness is not that anymore, Scott Anderson. What it is it is legal. It's a way we're allowing players to be paid, and you're just going to have to get over it. Okay, fine. Then I'm going to have to get over it, and that's my deal. I still love the sport of college football. I will watch it religiously because I do love it. But am I enjoying it as much as I was? No.
Oh, everybody has their own choices.
But I'm going to keep watching.
248-539-9797. Feedback coming in here from Tom in his car. It's comical all Michigan fans think they still can get every unavailable coach that are in better situations than Michigan currently is. It's elitism at its best. Tom, so a couple things about it. I've talked at great length about damage to the brand and that might not be the case anymore. I also have talked to people that know that the calls are still coming in from some pretty well-established coaches in some good places that are reaching out. Now, you can choose not to believe it, but I think it is. You can't keep having stuff happen and bringing damage to the athletic department and the school and expect to maintain your status as a blue blood that is a well-respected program. You can't. That's why this stuff has to stop. There are way too many reasons why a top coach isn't going to come to Michigan until they clean house from top to bottom. No self-respecting coach is coming. You might be surprised. It's from an unnamed texter, by the way. I have a feeling the next coach is going to be a sacrificial lamb to try and get to right the ship, so I don't think Michigan is going after the ultimate winner here. That's from Scott in Garden City. If they can't get someone this recruiting cycle that they love, then they very well may make Biff Poggi the interim coach. Robert Sala, local guy, head coaching experience. That's from an unnamed texter that came up yesterday. What are your thoughts on PJ Fleck, Bob in Port Huron? I think Fleck has done a great job at Minnesota and made a program that for most of my life has been pretty much irrelevant on the landscape. He's made them consistently good. Like you can count on 8-4. I'm not sure that he's not in the perfect spot for him.
I'm curious what he would do if he was given resources.
Well, if he had more resources, it would be interesting to see, and maybe it would be a good fit. So, something to consider and look at. 248-539-9797. We got open lines. It's Carson Anderson. We have got a huge football game coming up on Sunday, and I know I can see the feedback. There's some fatigue coming in with the topic, so we will get to Lions and Rams. We had a Twitter question today. You can go answer, and your tweet might be read on the air. Rams are rolling. Lions are an underdog, and they're becoming more of an underdog all the time. The question is, how do the Lions win this game? How do the Lions go to L.A. and beat the top seed in the NFC? What needs to happen? And we appreciate everyone who tweets us back, score more points. Thank you. Thank you, and we agree with that sentiment. But what needs to happen to get to the more points place?
They have to give up fewer.
Again, dynamite analysis, Scott. It's Carson Anderson, 97.1.
Are you a high-level CNC machinist ready for your next challenge? We need your skills immediately. The 3-Dimensional Services Group, a growing Rochester Hills and Lapeer-based company serving the aerospace and automotive markets, is looking for 5-axis and 3-axis CNC programmers, setup, and operator specialists to run our next-gen machines. We offer competitive wages, full healthcare benefits, and overtime is available. The time to embrace the future of machining is now. Call 947-447-2270 or apply today at 3dimensional.com. That's the number 3dimensional.com.
Find it, love it, get it tonight. It's your last big chance to save. The year-end sale is on now at Gardner White with an extra 30% off everything. Only Gardner White gives you free same-day delivery and 0% APR, letting you end the year with style and savings. And only Gardner White has a huge selection of stylish furniture that's in stock today, so you can start celebrating your new looks tonight. Bring in the savings at Gardner White's year-end sale. On now. See GardnerWhite.com for financing details.
FanDuel Friday is turning it up with NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 Eastern. FanDuel's dropping limited time specials to get you in the mix. Surprises just designed to kick off the weekend, and it's your weekly pregame. NBA Happy Hour every Friday, 6 to 7:30 Eastern, only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA, FanDuel.com/ticket. Grab your reward before the clock expires. 21 and up, present Michigan. Opt-in is required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms, sportsbook.fanduel.com. You got a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When the snow starts piling up, you need the confidence that your snowblower is in top condition. Call McLean's Repair Shop in Grayling today to set a service appointment. Don't wait to find out that your old snowblower just can't get the job done. McLean's Repair Shop will give you confidence that it will start up every time. And if it just won't make it another season, McLean's has the snowblower you need to keep your walkway and driveway safe. McLean's Repair Shop, keeping your small engines humming along.
I wake up in the morning and it's 40 below.
Up North Sports Radio is the home of the Detroit Sports Network. Watch Up North Sports Radio on YouTube. Friday Faceoff, episodes of Finding Fairways, the Northern Michigan High School Scoreboard Show, the TC Titans, and more. Leading the lineup on the Detroit Sports Network, Up North Sports Radio.
Hi folks, Jim Jeffries for Michigan Trailers in Traverse City, Northern Michigan's value leader in utility trailer sales. Winter is the perfect time to make sure your trailer is ready for a hard day's work or a fun run in the snow. For a limited time, we're offering a special axle service including bearings and repack for just $129 per axle. This includes a complete 22-point safety inspection for your added peace of mind. Call now for an appointment. We book up fast at 231-943-4007 or visit us online at michigantrailer.com.
101.1 WGRY, Roscommon. Leading the lineup on the Detroit Sports Network, Up North Sports Radio. Leading the lineup on the Detroit Sports Network, Up North Sports Radio. Catch Front Lines to Freedom every Sunday morning at 6. Are the Wings on tonight? Go to upnorthsportsradio.com and get all the Detroit game info. Watch Up North Sports Radio on YouTube. Friday Faceoff, episodes of Finding Fairways, the Northern Michigan High School Scoreboard Show, the TC Titans, and more. Follow Up North Sports Radio on Facebook and never miss a game on Up North Sports Radio. Friday Face-Off with JC and Rich. Fridays at 10. The Northern Michigan High School Scoreboard Show with Rich Calkins every Saturday morning at 10. Up North Sports Radio is the home of the Detroit Sports Network.
December 30th at Soaring Eagle. It's the Yacht Rock the Dock Tour featuring Ambrosia plus John Ford Coley. With Peter Beckett, lead singer of Player, and Walter Egan. Don't bother knocking, come yacht rocking. Tickets start at $45 and are on sale now at the Soaring Eagle box office or etix.com. The Yacht Rock the Dock Tour, December 30th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort, SoaringEagleCasino.com.
Doug Karsh and Scott the Gator Anderson on 97.1.
Hello, what's up? And welcome back to the Carson Anderson program. Here on 97.1 The Ticket. What's up? Are we good? We're good. Just got a hostile hand gesture from Kang.
Oh.
It's not that gesture.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a hand, not a finger.
Dude, I want to talk about
Fair.
Jamison Williams, NFLPA's community MVP this week.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He gave, is it $10,000 worth of coats? or maybe he gets $10,000 to. He can make a $10,000 donation to the nonprofit of his choice. That's cool.
From the moment he got here, he has wanted to help kids out, and he's been awesome.
Yeah.
He's like a big kid himself, and he just wants to take care of kids in the community, and I love a story like this.
We have to make sure we point it out and give him a lot of credit, and depending on how the weekend goes, maybe champ of the weekend votes, given that, when things go wrong, it feels like everybody wants to talk about him. Well, this is one of our dudes who's come under some scrutiny, and it was Adam Schefter. Let me read this tweet. Lions wide receiver Jamison Williams is the Week 15 NFLPA Community MVP for donating 250 new winter coats for kids at DBG Detroit. He and his foundation also teamed up with Comerica Bank to donate $10,000 towards local youth organizations' youth programming, and he actually linked JMO's linked for JMO's Community MVP Award. So good for JMO. Good for Jamison Williams. Way to go, buddy.
Great for JMO.
Yep. Great for Detroit. Okay. So Gator, look, it's a massive football game on Sunday, and obviously it's taken the back burner with the news out of Ann Arbor. 6-point underdogs, Rams 10-3 atop the NFC standings. How do you upset the Rams? Kang said it earlier, turnovers. Can they create turnovers? Well, without their two playmaking safeties, and it doesn't look like Kirby Joseph is going to play, against a quarterback who's just not turning it over this year, if turnovers are the key, this formula does not look great against this opponent. But you know what else didn't look great? Last week when the league's most explosive offense, when it came to either 20 or 30-plus yard plays, which I can't remember if it was 20 or 30, my apologies, against the defense that had given up the most 20 or 30-yard plays in the Lions, Dallas's explosive offense, it didn't kill the Lions. They made their plays, but that matchup looked terrible for Detroit, and it turned out to be okay. So, can they do it again? Can they buck the trend, create some turnovers?
I think it's really hard against this team.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Rams are they're very buttoned up when it comes to that. I don't think they're going to turn them over 3 times like they were able to turn over the Cowboys 3 times. Dallas, one of the reasons the Lions were able to do that was they got pressure on the quarterback, and that changes everything. It speeds everything up, and I don't know if they're going to get a whole lot of pressure on Matthew Stafford. Kelvin Shepard's got his work cut out for him to create more of that pressure. He was under a lot of scrutiny going into last week's game, and they answered the bell. They came out, and they did, whether it's bringing extra linebackers or whatever. El-Kadim Muhammad had himself a game with 3 sacks. I don't suspect it's going to happen again this week, but let's hope that the pass rush is improved, and the linebacker is going to have to play a huge role in it too. Because if Stafford is going to sit back there and wait, and he's got like 4 and 5 seconds to throw the ball, Puka Nacua is going to get open. There's no question. It's just how it works. And we love the routes that the Lions can run when Jared Goff has time to throw, because it gives Jamison Williams time to come across the field. And it's just a matter of time before he's getting the separation, because he's so damn fast and so gifted that if you give him time, that route that runs across the field where he's only 10 yards downfield turns into a 50-yard gain and maybe a touchdown every time if he has time to throw.
Yep.
Stafford has been deadly like that with Nacua all season long and for the last couple of years. Turnovers it'd be huge. I'm not expecting them to get turnovers. What I'm hoping for defensively is that they can get a little bit of a rush, get some pressure so Stafford doesn't have the time to sit back there and pick them apart. And you said before about making sure that look at the number of field goal attempts in the game. I'm hopeful that we're going to see the Rams with like 3 or more field goal attempts in the game. Yeah, because that means they're not getting in the end zone.
We've talked about it last week going into the Dallas game, and it was 5 field goal attempts. I don't expect there to be that many, but keep track of every time the Rams trot out the kicker for a field goal attempt and not an extra point. That's kind of feels like a win. Now, if you trot out the punter, even better, or if they don't get to kick at all.
Right.
Yeah. Feedback coming in How do the Lions beat the Rams? Tyler writes in via Twitter, defense needs to show up. I'm not asking for 5 sacks again, but 2 big-time sacks. We need stops. Would help a lot. Contain the pass game and give the offense a chance. Speaking of offense, Goff needs protection from an O-line to make passes. Gibbs and Monty need to rush for 150 yards total.
Yeah, that's another side of it. Looking at the offensive side, I'd love to see the Lions be balanced and be able to run for at least 150 yards and then throw for close to 300 yards. That'd be great. Have this machine going. Being able to run the ball means you're controlling the clock a little bit. We've seen the Lions have some great long drives. That'd be awesome if they could start the first quarter like that and march down the field with a good 7-8 minute drive, 80 yards or 75 yards, and end up in the end zone. And I'd like to see a big game from Montgomery and Gibbs. I mean, I'm expecting Gibbs to be involved as he always is. Will he get his rushing yards? I don't know. I know he's going to get his receiving yards.
Yeah.
But will he get the rushing yards? He's going to be able to break one. Let's hope that he can. But David Montgomery could be a major key in this game.
How about this from Raymond? They have no shot. Stafford is tired of losing to his former team. Stafford will throw for 250 yards and 4 touchdowns, 2 to Devontae Adams, and win by double digits. The loss of Brian Branch will hurt big time.
Well, I don't agree with the first part where he says they have no chance. I think their analysis could be, look, Stafford could go off and have a huge game. And
still lose.
And it's not going to surprise me. Yes, he could have a huge game and still lose.
Because you know what? I've thought of this nickname for him because he gets big stats, but he doesn't always win games.
Okay.
So I've thought of this nickname.
You got a nickname for him?
Instead of Matt Stafford, Scott. Call him Stat Padford.
Oh.
Because he gets a lot of stats.
He pads his stats?
Yeah. Look, I don't know what the total is on Stafford passing yards, but it's pretty high.
I'm going to guess it's probably started at 250. Yeah. Over under 250 something. He's having a phenomenal season. He's having his best year as a pro. He doesn't turn the ball over. He's not a running quarterback, but he's got mobility in that he can weave around the pocket a little bit. He's not going to take off and run for 15 yards. But the other thing he does is he has the off-platform throw where he can buy himself a little bit of extra time, and then he contorts his arm and body in a different way to slide the ball out so he's not taking sacks.
So stopping the offense is going to be obviously very difficult. You just mentioned Stafford's having an MVP type season. Yeah. He doesn't turn the ball over. He's throwing for a ton of yards. To try to limit Stafford is going to be very difficult. I think the Rams are going to score 25, 20, 30 points on the Lions. It's the turnovers, if they can come 1 or 2, even if it's a big momentum changer. I think the other thing is what you can control on offense is ball control. You mentioned Montgomery type run game. This is where those long drives keeps that offense, the other team's offense, off the field. That's the way you can control Rams and the Stafford offense. Their last game they lost was the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers are not as good as the Lions, okay? So the Lions can definitely beat the Rams. How did they beat the Rams? They forced 3 turnovers. They still had to score 30-plus points to beat the Rams. Yeah. And I think that's the formula for the Lions as well. They still got to outscore these teams. But, by the way, if they stop them on 4th down, I consider that a turnover as well because teams seem to go for it a lot on 4th down against the Lions.
That's a turnover.
31-28 was the final score of that Carolina game where they beat the Rams.
How many interceptions did Stafford have in that game?
He had 2 interceptions, and the Panthers forced a fumble.
So it's a terrible game for Stafford, and yet they still scored 20.
Yeah.
I forget if one was tipped or not, and that's always a messy problem. But that's the other side, what Goff has to do. Goff, by the way, has also had an MVP-type season. He and Stafford have had a very similar year. But Goff is going to have to make sure that he's not throwing interceptions. The Lions' offensive line is going to make sure that they have to give him time to throw because they have some very gifted pass rushers. They've got a linebacker that's got a ton of sacks, and they've got Jared Verse and the other guys out there that get after the quarterback. So you'd like to see Jared Goff be able to set up in a pocket. And if he's able to set up in a pocket, then I have full confidence the Lions are going to score a bunch of points. The over-under in this game is set, I think, right now at 53.5. I mean, it's 54.5. I love the over. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, and it's nothing new to either quarterback. And, it's being played indoors. The elements are out of it. This is this is going to be a fun game to watch.
I got a question for Lions fans everywhere we'll get to today at 12:18. The over-under passing yards for Stafford in this game, 277.5. For Goff, 253.5. So a lot of slinging it coming up on Sunday. Hey, sports fans, we made it to the weekend, and Twin Peaks can't wait to host you for the party. Got a big weekend of sports action ahead of us, so there's no better place to catch all of the action than your favorite lodge. You got basketball back tonight. You got hockey tomorrow with our local teams playing. And then there's Army and Navy, which is a huge tradition in college football. Then circle back Sunday for a full slate of pro ball with the Big Cats heading out west to take on L.A. Playoff hopes into balance. Why go to Twin Peaks for sports? It's a no-brainer. Imagine the ultimate man cave with 50-plus high-definition TVs showing up to 8 games at once in a comfortable lodge setting. With the beautiful Twin Peaks girls delivering you all the food and drinks you crave, nothing beats an ice-cold draft poured at a bone-chilling 29 degrees and a massive plate of hand-cut and breaded-to-order boneless wings tossed in sauces that will explode your taste buds. Or the handcrafted old-fashioned with your favorite high-end bourbon paired with the cut in-house New York strip. Twin Peaks takes the bar game to a whole new level. Come see the difference all weekend long, and don't forget to ask Twin Peaks girl about gift cards for the holidays. And there's perks in it for you when you purchase. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain in the letter x.com/AI.
Up North Sports Radio, leading the lineup on the Detroit Sports Network. Friday Faceoff with JC and Rich. Fridays at 10. Up North Sports Radio is the home of the Detroit Sports Network.
At H&R Block, they understand you don't think about taxes all year, but they do. They're available year-round to discuss the tax implications of your life-changing events. They also offer business services built for you. Whether you're starting a new business or have an established business, their dedicated account managers are there to help with all your bookkeeping needs. To get started, contact H&R Block of Mayo today, 620 South Morenci Avenue in Mayo, or call 989-826-6521.
Leading the lineup on the Detroit Sports Network, Up North Sports Radio. Follow Up North Sports Radio on Facebook and never miss a game on Up North Sports Radio. Are the Wings on tonight? Go to upnorthsportsradio.com and get all the Detroit game info. Up North Sports Radio is the home of the Detroit Sports Network.
'Tis the season for cash with Snow Much Dough at Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Every Friday in December from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., one lucky guest will be drawn every hour to win $1,000 cash. Then at 10 p.m., the night wraps with a $5,000 grand prize drawing. Bundle up. A share of $40,000 in cold hard cash is waiting. Only at Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Real fun, real friendly. Visit Saginaw-EaglesLanding.com for complete rules and details.
One of the biggest decisions in life is to buy or sell a home. Choosing the team at Statewide Real Estate in Mayo will be one of the best decisions you can make. For more than 45 years, Statewide Real Estate has been providing exceptional service and expertise to homeowners across northern Michigan. Buying, selling, or looking for a free market analysis? Contact the 4 full-time agents at Statewide Real Estate in Mayo. Statewide-Mayo.com. Statewide Real Estate at the stoplight at M33 and M72 in Mayo.
How are you going to eat that today at 12:30? Tons of Michigan talk to open the show. If you're dying to hear what we had to say, you can always use the Odyssey app and the Rewind feature to go back and listen. The updates of what I'm hearing out of Ann Arbor. In the meantime, we are talking a little Lions, asking a question. How can the Lions go to L.A. and beat the Rams? Look, that's a Rams offense. When you talk about, okay, what are the keys to offense? Well, let's start with the quarterback. Is the quarterback slinging it this year? Yup. Are they getting production out of the running game with Kyron Williams and an emerging Blake Corum? Yup. Are the receivers making plays? Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams? Yup. Are they getting production out of their tight ends? They have 4 tight ends that have accumulated for 10 touchdowns. Yup. Is the line protecting Stafford? His 18.4% pressure rate is amongst the smallest number of the NFL leaders in passing. Yup. I don't know what else to say other than their offense is clicking on all cylinders.
Well, both of these offenses are. They're near mirror images of each other. They both have a tandem of running backs and get it done. They both have, a whole room full of receivers that just get the job done. They both have quarterbacks that have been, very efficient and take care of the football. I mean, between them, they only have 9 interceptions in over nearly 850 passes. They've only thrown 9 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
And both quarterbacks are taking care of the football. And it's, I think these teams are pretty evenly matched offensively. It's defensively we're seeing a little bit of a separation because, in large part, the Lions have significant injuries that they're having to deal with yet again, and it starts in the secondary where it does every year.
From Smooth Keys 99 on Twitter, pound the run game and set up the play action. Short crossing routes to St. Brown and let him escape with extra yards. Check downs to Gibbs and let him create. Occasional deep route to J-Mo. Goff just doesn't have time for anything bigger. Defense needs to limit, not stop, limit.
Well, you can't do the play action game unless you're able to run the ball. You got to keep them honest with that. And if they're able to do that, if the Lions are able to run the ball, their offense is going to be just fine. But if they're not able to run it, it could be more of a struggle.
But if you can't run it, I think using Gibbs out of the backfield or line him outside with the short passes, those are like long handoffs. And you get Gibbs in space, we all know what can happen. But I think the key is if they can't get the run game going, the completions still have to pile up. Yeah. You can't have incompletions. You got to have ball control. And that means dumping it off to Gibbs every now and then, even check downs, whatever it is. Keep that offense on the other side off the field. You keep the ball. If you get the third down, make it manageable.
I feel so much better if they had tight ends in this game.
I know, right? I hear you.
But maybe
the guy who I think the guy who started the last 3 games, hasn't Dwelly started the last 3 games?
They just let him go.
And they let him go.
Well, because Zylstra's, I think, getting healthy.
Yeah, Zylstra's going to be back, but I mean, obviously, it's a far cry from Laporta, and it's a far cry from Brock Wright.
It's still just kind of wild that a guy goes from starter to released. He doesn't even get a spot down the depth chart.
But what we do see is Montgomery in the backfield and Gibbs lined up as a receiver.
Yeah.
Or more Tesla. Or if Tom Kennedy's going to be, is TK going to be activated again?
I don't know. Khalif Raymond's coming back.
He wants to come back. And okay.
If I were in Khalif Raymond's shoes, I'd be trying to get back on the field in a hurry.
I think when Khalif comes back, didn't Phipps say that Khalif's going to do the punts and Tom Kennedy's going to handle the kickoff return? So that means both of them would be active if that were the case.
248-539-9797. Here's my question for Lions fans for this game. It's a game against the Rams. A storyline I don't have a ton of particular interest in is Lions versus Stafford. We haven't done it, and I feel like we did it the first game. And then when they opened up, which was in the playoffs, and then when they opened up the next year with it, we were like, okay, we've done this.
Yeah.
We don't need to do it again. Does he evoke any emotion anymore, or is he just the quarterback of the other team?
I think there's always going to be a little bit of nostalgia when you see the guy who used to be here for that long.
For you personally,
there's a little bit of residual effect there. I mean, I have nothing against Stafford. I didn't. Yeah, I thought he was a great quarterback for this team. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out, and it was the breakup was interesting that it happened the way it did. That he's the one that asked for it, and I can understand why he was. And frankly, it's benefited both teams. Obviously, the Rams got more of a benefit. They won a Super Bowl out of it. But the Lions got a huge benefit. They were able to rebuild the team and have their franchise quarterback. Yeah. Love Jared Goff.
Yeah.
So it's worked out well, and I'm glad it has worked out well, certainly for the Lions, because I don't have to hate Stafford. And, I think there's a sense where somebody else that would leave to go somewhere else, that you root against them openly. And maybe they say things about the former team that you really – and Stafford hasn't done any of that. Stafford's always been very complimentary of his time here in Detroit, of the team that's there now. And, he's very comfortable in his situation. And I don't watch Stafford wearing the number 9 jersey for the Rams and go, I hate that guy. I don't. I just go, yeah, that's the guy who used to play for the Lions. Okay.
Okay. I have zero emotions. I was the biggest Stafford supporter on the station.
You were.
And now to me, I have no emotion towards him whatsoever. He is simply the nameless, faceless guy over there that we have to try and stop. And, I don't think Detroit is screaming for more Stafford coverage. I think we've moved on collectively. I'm intrigued if he even evokes any emotion anymore. Because at first, maybe there was some emotion to beat him. I think some people wanted to beat him more than anything. But that story's been done so many times that it doesn't really need to be. And I guess then why are you bringing it up, Doug? Is the ultimate question. Because if you care, you can let us know. I don't really care. So
I don't think it's a storyline for me personally anymore.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't want him to win the MVP. I still have that spite.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anybody but Matthew Stafford for MVP.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Gang.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
It's
enough.
Yeah, you got a Super Bowl.
Yeah, you know what? It'd be great if the Lions defense showed up on Sunday and embarrassed Stafford a little bit. Got to him a few times. He turns the ball over a few times. That would be amazing. Because that would absolutely derail all the Stafford for MVP talk that's just going on right now.
Well, it'd be cool to see that because that means the Lions win. If the Lions win the Super Bowl, they could give Kelly Stafford the MVP. I wouldn't care. I don't care who gets the MVP.
Well, if it's the other option, us winning the Super Bowl, yes, Doug.
Sure.
Thanks for clarifying. I agree with you there.
That's my consolation prize. I get.
He can have all the MVPs for the rest of his career if he wins the Super Bowl.
I will only care about that when the season's over, when I have nothing else to root for. I'm not wasting any energy rooting against Stafford's MVP case, is my point.
I'm not going to waste the energy, but it's
I can do many things at once.
Okay, it's nice aside.
Unlike you, I guess.
Fair enough. If he turns the ball over, I'm not.
One thing and one thing only over here. Focus on this. Singularly focused on winning. If you're not focused on winning, Kang, it comes back to haunt you.
So they can get the Stafford, though, Gator. I know, you're thinking maybe they can't do the same thing they did to the Cowboys, but the one thing I said, apparently after the game, they said was they let the guys rush the passer. And then instead of switching into run fits all the time and things like that, because they're always worried about the run stopping the run. I get that. But they might do the same thing this week as well, since they saw how successful it was against Dak and the Cowboys. And then you leave it up to Campbell and the guys, in the middle, or DJ Reader to stop the run. But if they let those outside guys like Muhammad and Hutch go more, you get more pressures, more sacks. It could be a way to get to Stafford.
Well, because, look, if you're going to say pin your ears back, go get the quarterback, I love it. Because Stafford's not the guy who's going to take off and go for 10, 15, 20 yards down the sideline because you gave up contain because you just bared down and tried to get him around the tackle to get to the quarterback. Dak Prescott was a guy that could hurt you a little bit with his feet, and they were able to get to Dak Prescott. Now, the Cowboys had a ton of offense. They had a bunch of yards. They scored 30 points in the game.
Yep.
And that's not ideal for a defense. But when your offense is going to score 44, you're like, well, who cares?
Okay, one thing we're known for, we've got a reputation for, is taking over stadiums. But right now, the Rams are the best team in the NFC. And we've been taking over stadiums for a long time. The Bills come home, and it starts to get expensive. Do we expect a Lions takeover this Sunday? Are you making the trip to L.A.? Because while L.A. has been one of the easier places to get tickets, with the Rams being this good, do you think people are going to travel to L.A. as much as they have in the past? Anybody out there making the trip? 248-539-9797. Additionally, as it stands right now, would you invest in a trip to L.A. or would you invest in a trip to Chicago? If you could do one or the other. 248-539-9797. Are you going to eat that coming up? 97.1 the ticket.
FanDuel Friday is turning it up with NBA Happy Hour. Every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, FanDuel is dropping limited time specials to get you in the zone. There'll be boosts, bonuses, surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. This isn't just another promo. It's your weekly pregame. NBA Happy Hour every Friday, 6 to 7:30 Eastern, only on FanDuel, the official official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Visit FanDuel.com/Wojo to grab your reward before the clock expires. Must be 21 or older and present in Michigan. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and maximum wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
The weather is brought to you by Pioneer Hills Marine. Need a gift or stocking stuffer? Come to Pioneer Hills Marine. We have gift cards, left turn lane sweatshirts, hats, and Higgins Lake Yetis. Stop by Pioneer Hills Marine today. We're making memories priceless.
Happy Friday! It's Dublin and 10 meteorologist Tilly Fischetti, and here's a look at today's forecast. Heading outside to more of those quiet skies across the region. Temperatures are still in the 20s and 30s across the area, with a clipper system moving into the region tonight. That's going to be bringing in more of that widespread snow across northern Michigan for the overnight hours and then into Saturday morning before we start to see more of those lake effect showers take control this weekend, paired with some colder air. For Saturday, things are going to stay pretty chilly out there, slowly trying to warm up into Sunday and Monday, with still some snow chances in the forecast. We'll have all the details over on 9 and 10 News.
Get to the Lions viewing party at Odawa Casino this Sunday with me, JC, inside Victory Sports and Entertainment. Just $15 gets you an all-you-can-eat buffet with wings, pizza, Nathan's hot dogs, and gourmet cookies, plus lots of drink specials. We'll register you to win a pair of tickets for the Lions game versus the Steelers and $100 in cash. Or register once every day at UpNorthSportsRadio.com by midnight December 13th. Get to the Lions viewing party at Odawa Casino this Sunday with me, JC.
King Wenceslas looked out on the feast of Stephen, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even. Brightly shone the moon at night.
Scott Anderson, 97.1 The Ticket. Hope you're doing great on this Friday. 248-539-9797. John's in Canton and on 97.1. Hello, John.
Hey, guys. Good afternoon.
What's up?
I still like Stafford. Matter of fact, the Rams are probably my second favorite team. They are my second favorite team, and a trip to SoFi. I wish I would have went because, man, I could watch. SoFi looks like an awesome stadium, and that's on my bucket list. And to watch those two teams, in person go at it would have been great.
Yeah, SoFi's interesting. I've been in it once for a practice, Michigan practice there before the Rose Bowl back in 2023, John, and it really is something. I mean, state of the art. You feel, it goes, kind of felt like it went straight up, glass roof, natural light coming in everywhere. John, it's really, really cool.
Looks great on the outside.
Yeah.
The water out there.
Yeah, and it's in Los Angeles. I'd rather be in Los Angeles than Chicago outdoors.
Okay, so if you're going to do one road trip, you can do the L.A. trip instead of Chicago.
Oh, most definitely.
I'm okay with going to football and being outdoors.
I would rather do the
I know.
Rams. Well, no, it's not just because of that. It's I do want to see that stadium. I don't really care about, the newfangled Soldier Field-esque, whatever it is there. Plus, I've got, my best friend lives out in L.A., so it's a whole different ballgame.
Right. 248-539-9797. Gator, are you ready for another edition of Are You Going to Eat That?
Well, yes.
It's been a minute.
Hi, this is Gator. Are you gonna eat
I don't mess around when it comes to my food, fries, your burgers, your chicken.
Are you gonna eat that?
Hey, you all know that I enjoy beer. It's just awesome.
Are you gonna eat that?
Looking for your favorite meat, like the chopping block burger,
Are you gonna eat that?
or the Chipotle honey lime wings. Delicious.
Are you gonna eat that?
Deep, smooth flavor with notes of caramel. All right, folks, it's crunch time.
Are you gonna
If you're new to the show, the way Are You Going to Eat That works is we come up with new menu items, new foods available on shelves, new drinks that are being served at bars, things for the holidays, for the seasons, and we test them and see if Gator has interest. Kang as well, and then I also give my opinion. Gator, we will start with something new from Lucky Charms.
Oh.
Now, as a fully grown adult, how often do you partake in the Lucky Charms?
Not often. No, I haven't had any fun cereal in a long time. It's been years since I've had fun cereal.
Fun cereal.
Yeah. But I did enjoy Lucky Charms because I would trick myself into saying it's basically Cheerios, but it's a fun Cheerio because they throw in the marshmallow.
Well, Lucky Charms is collaborating with Ghost. Ghost, who comes up with products that are full of protein. They got protein shakes and energy drinks, and the newest Ghost X Lucky Charms protein cereal is coming to shelves.
Here we go.
Protein-packed way to start your day or before a workout. Ghost delivers 17 grams of protein in each bowl of Ghost X Lucky Charms protein cereal. Gator, the Lucky Charms Ghost protein cereal. Are you going to eat that?
Yeah, I got to try it. Okay, it already sounds like a better alternative than to just Lucky Charms because of the protein factor, and protein is good for the body. Mm-hmm. I have concerns, and this is why I want to try it, because sometimes with protein-forced products, all you can taste is that fakey, synthetic protein powder taste to it. Some protein powders are better than others.
Yeah.
So I'm curious what this is going to taste like as a cereal, but starting off with a Lucky Charms platform, I'm willing to try it.
Can you?
So first, before I answer, I'm more curious on what you're going to say, Doug, all right, after this, because it's a mix of Lucky Charms and protein. I think you're in a battle here, but for me, no, because usually more protein just means it's more than what they had before. Like they're just trying to sell it to people like, that guy over there, Gator. Okay, that this is the alternative. This is the healthy alternative. You should try this because now it's got more protein.
Well, it's got protein.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know if the previous one had it or not.
Exactly. So just give me the regular Lucky Charms. What are we doing?
Okay, so a lot of the protein-forward foods, you're right. It just has a little bit more protein than normal, and it's kind of misleading. Dude, this is 17 grams per bowl. I am so in.
So are you going to eat the marshmallows as well?
Yeah.
All right.
My guess is where they pack the protein is in the marshmallow.
That's why I was feeling the struggle for Doug.
The marshmallow.
Yeah, right? It's not marshmallow. Yeah. It's the stuff that you package boxes in.
All right, so yes, no, yes.
As far as King's out.
No, just give me regular Lucky Charms, man.
Yeah.
But what if it tastes like regular Lucky Charms?
I doubt it will. Yeah, right? Come on.
Yeah, you'll find
It's been so. Here's the one thing that I have going for me that neither of you do. I haven't had Lucky Charms in so freaking long. I don't even remember what they taste like. So it'll probably be. I'm like, this is it.
And Doug's tolerance for foods are going to be high in protein. He doesn't care about the flavor as much.
This is kind of true
because he's not going to miss the Lucky Charms to begin with.
Food for fuel.
Yeah.
And nourishment is higher on my priority list than
that's fun.
Not every meal. Next up, Bud Light. Bud Light is coming.
Bud Light protein.
Bud Light is coming out with a new product available. Limited edition Blizzard Brew Beer. Are you interested in Blizzard Brew Beer, Scott?
Well, I need to know what Blizzard Brew Beer is.
Sure.
Now, I do. Now, I do remember like the beer Ice House. Remember when that came out in like the 90s?
Yeah.
Ice House was cold filtered. It was basically Miller Genuine Draft. We had the cold filter.
Yes.
And then Ice House was talking about it was ice brewed beer, and that was a thing for a while. You had Bud Ice and all this. So I'm curious what this is. What's Blizzard Brew?
Gator Bud Light's Blizzard Brew beer is packaged into custom 16-ounce cans. Do you want the Blizzard?
What else, Doug?
It's made with real snow from Highmark Stadium, home of the Buffalo Bills. You're literally drinking the snow off a Highmark Stadium, the home of the Bills. Gator, are you interested in the Blizzard Brew beer?
Look, it's just beer. I'd try it. it's so they convert the snow to water, and then when they do that, it's got to go through different filters so it cleans out the snow. Mm-hmm. So you're not getting somebody's blood from dropping from a table drop or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I'd try it.
Okay. Keg?
Hey, listen, Bill Nye, have you seen Bill's Mafia? No, thank you. I don't want any part of those people that might have been around that snow.
It's just Bud Light. It's a long haul beer that I can drink. Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, man. Good luck.
Now, if I have my choice of
table,
real pieces of real Bills fan or not, I'll choose the Bud Light regular.
Right. This one tastes more Lotus-y than the other ones do.
What's more Lotus?
Love Mike Lotus. Hey, buddy. Look at Lotus be about that. He's like, yeah. Oh, yeah, I've had that. They invite me out every year.
Now with more Trubisky and Josh Allen, get the quarterback version.
That's not as appetizing. No.
Now with more Keon Coleman in your beer. All right, next up. The grocery chain has gone viral for an addictive ice cream thing they have done. Stu Leonard's, which is a Connecticut-based chain, has come up with butter-dipped ice cream cones. This is soft serve vanilla dipped in real butter. A spokesperson for Stu's Leonard described the treat as a perfect combination of salty and sweet. Gator, the vanilla cone dipped in butter from Stu Leonard's. Are you going to eat that?
So I guess I'm assuming this is a salted butter. It's been melted down and then just dip it like they would with, like if you go to any other place and have a chocolate dip or a strawberry dip or whatever. I'm curious. I mean, like initially I'm like, I don't need more butter added to ice cream when ice cream's got enough butter in anyway. But the butter flavor, I do like butter flavoring sometimes. I'd have to try it. I got to try it.
All right. I was about to say, I feel like you're talking yourself out of this. And I can't
I was
believe
trying to, and I'm like, no, I got to try it.
All right. Can you?
Oh, man. I feel your pain, Gator. This is a tough one. Like, do we need to dip this in butter? Like, we don't. I do love the flavor of butter, though,
Yes.
but this seems like too much, man. I can feel my arteries clogging.
Right.
Like, it's not.
Can we sprinkle some brown sugar on it too?
Yeah, like
cinnamon.
I'm going to try to pass on this one.
You're going to try, but that would succeed.
That was not convincing at all.
No.
Doug.
I'm a no.
Of course not.
Yeah. What if it's got more protein?
Yeah, protein.
Well,
butter.
let's talk. Also now available at Buffalo Bills games. Boy, the Bills are busy.
Yeah.
They've come up with the Eye of the Tiger. This is a frosted flake encrusted chicken breast between Belgian waffles and drizzled with sriracha maple syrup.
Oh my God, yes. What are you kidding me?
There's a picture of it.
Hell yes. I mean, what's it called again? The Eye of the Tiger?
It's called the Buffalo Bills Eye of the Tiger.
Does Katy Perry serve it up?
Are you Justin Trudeau?
I will be for the day.
Prime Minister Gator over here?
That sounds amazing. First of all, it's just like it's chicken and waffles,
chicken and
but you're going to
waffles.
coat it with the frosted flakes?
Yep.
Yeah. And then you're going to add a honey sriracha?
The sweet
maple
honey,
syrup?
spicy is a flavor that I just kind of got onto this year, and it's fantastic. I'm in.
Come on.
Yeah, I think I'd try that.
Yeah!
Now, here's what I wouldn't do. There's no way I'd eat the whole thing, but I would try it.
Would you have it with the Buffalo beer?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Wash it down. Finally, from Oreo. Are you interested in the new Oreo product?
Well, I'm going to need to hear some more, Doug.
Oreo Zero Sugar.
Is that it?
It's free of aspartame. It's instead sweetened with something I can't even pronounce. But it's a different sweetener. The
Sounds
same
natural.
One,
Yeah.
Same one used in Hershey's Zero Sugar chocolate candy and Diet Coke lime. It will contain 10. The package contains 10 2-count Oreo packs, making it easy to keep your cookies fresh and snack on the go. Oreo Zero Sugar cookies expected to hit shelves at retailers nationwide in January as part of the brand's permanent lineup. The Oreo Zero Sugar cookie. Are you interested in trying this?
Yeah, I got to try it because I'm curious. Is it going to taste good or is it not going to taste good? The only way to find out is to try it. And if there's a zero sugar alternative to an Oreo it's good, I'm all in. Yeah, I'll try it.
There you go. Kang, you?
No, I don't like the zero stuff. I'm usually a no on all that.
Okay. I'd give this a shot. I'd give it a shot and see if it checks the box of still being a tasty snack while not as fattening or bad for you. Not as much sugar, at least.
Not as much sugar.
No, if I read the list of these ingredients, it'll probably turn me off.
Well, the problem is that a lot of these things are compensated with, okay, it's less sugar, it's more sodium.
Yeah, exactly.
Your feet might swell out of your shoes, but hey, there's less sugar involved.
We got a Lions injury update we'll get to in a minute. That is straight ahead, plus your phone calls here on Carson Anderson on 97.1. Michigan Auto Law, they are the specialists when it comes to auto and truck accidents. And here's the thing. They have the largest auto accident settlement and largest truck accident settlement of any lawyer or law firm in Michigan ever. They also take on fewer cases than other law firms. They do that on purpose. It means they have more time for your case, a formula that leads to faster and larger settlements for their clients. They are the law firm that puts people over everything. Visit Autolaw.com. That's Autolaw.com.
I never knew owning a gourmet Italian pasta business could be this profitable.
Thanks to our Old National commercial banker.
That warehouse expansion loan?
Oh, and the help with our equipment lending.
But still, gotta say, it seems like he loves the Italian pasta business more than we do.
La nuova attrezzatura ha reso il processo molto più efficiente. I mean, the new equipment, it makes it so much more efficient.
Really dedicated commercial bankers.
Sorry, got a little carried away there.
Another reason to choose Old National Bank. Get old. Member FDIC.
The NBA season is here, and Fanatics Sportsbook is running all the right plays. Bet with Fanatics and earn up to 10% fan cash on your bets, win or lose. So even if your bet doesn't hit, you're still scoring fan cash, which you can use on NBA fits, tickets, and access to exclusive Fanatics events. Plus, with Fanatics Fair Play's first half injury protection, if your player goes out with an injury, your bet stays in play. Fair Play protects your bets all season, refunding your bet or keeping your parlay alive. Why risk it with other sports books when your player props are protected with the home of Fair Play? Fanatics Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-522-4700. MD, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Offer not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Sportsbook app.
Hey sports fans, it's time to plan your next big adventure in northern Michigan. Here are a few upcoming gems from the Kirtland Community College Up North Sports Radio community calendar at upnorthsportsradio.com. Gaylord West Cinema on West M32 in Gaylord is inviting kids to meet Santa and enjoy a free Christmas movie this Saturday. Kids ages 3 to 13 can meet Santa in the lobby at 10 a.m., then attend one of 3 free movies at 11 a.m. The Muppet Christmas Carol, Elf, or The Christmas Chronicles. A Miracle on 34th Street comes to the stage at the Asaba Artisan Village Gallery Performing Arts Center on Michigan Avenue in Grayling. Tickets are available online at artisanvillage.org for just $10. The Detroit Lions take on the Rams Sunday, December 14th at 4:25 p.m. Get to Victory Sports and Entertainment inside Odawa Casino for the viewing party on a massive 16-foot screen. Just a $15 cover gets you an unlimited game day buffet and drink specials, plus Odawa will draw the winner for a pair of tickets to see the Detroit Lions take on the Steelers December 21st at Ford Field, plus $100 cash from Odawa. Catch Bush live December 20th in Entertainment Hall at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort in Mount Pleasant. Tickets start at just $72. Yacht Rock the Dock is coming to Soaring Eagle Casino December 30th. See Ambrosia, John Ford Coley, Peter Beckett, and Walter Egan. Tickets start at just $45. It's a Fire and Ice New Year's Eve bash at Soaring Eagle December 31st. $75 a person or $140 per couple gets you party favors, hors d'oeuvres, and a hosted bar with 2 complimentary drinks along with DJ Double K and dancing all night. Get tickets at SoaringEagleCasino.com.
Submit your community events to the Kirtland Community College Up North Sports Radio Community Calendar at upnorthsportsradio.com under the Community tab. See the whole calendar and listen to today's rundown as a podcast there. upnorthsportsradio.com.
Whether you're entering college for the first time or looking to change careers, Kirtland Community College will guide you on your own adventure. Kirtland tuition is 1/3 of most four-year colleges and universities to reduce the worry about affordability and debt. Choose your own adventure from 38 degrees and certificates. When you're ready to take that first step, Kirtland will assist you with financial aid, grants, and scholarships. Kirtland Community College, your next adventure starts there. Kirtland.edu. Kirtland.edu.
Oh, this is sad. Charges against Jerome Moore include home invasion in the third degree, stalking and breaking and entering, or entering without breaking. He will be arraigned today at 1 o'clock.
Well, interesting.
This is not the way I expected the week to end. 1 felony, 2 misdemeanors. According to Cole Auerbach, Tony Paul had the original charges. Reading from his tweet.
So home invasion in the third degree. It's allegedly unlawfully entering the victim's residence to commit the crime of stalking and committing that crime while in the residence. Home invasion in the third degree is a felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison and a $2,000 fine. The stalking...
Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just going to read through them all. Is stalking for allegedly engaging in a willful course of conduct involving repeated or continuing harassment of the victim. Stalking is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year in jail and a $1,000 fine. And the breaking and entering or entering without breaking for allegedly unlawfully entering the dwelling of a victim with whom Mr. Moore had a dating relationship, a violation of this statute is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a $500 fine. So he's looking at a couple of charges that could bring about jail time and certainly fines, although the fines not terribly significant, but if it comes with a lawsuit, a civil suit afterwards, it gets to be real significant. We'll see what ends up shaking out of this.
Pretty damn ugly. We mentioned before the break, Dan Campbell said, this is from Tim 20man. Dan Campbell said safety Kirby Joseph had a setback and could be an IR candidate, which sucks. As we talked about it, what Dan Campbell talked with our morning show, I believe it was this Tuesday. It might have been the Tuesday before. The key is back-to-back practices. He was limited in practice on Wednesday, did not practice yesterday, and here we get to Friday, and I think that's pretty definitive. He will be out this weekend, and if he's a IR candidate, he will be done for the year.
Well, that sucks. That really sucks. And that he had a setback is really what hurts. I don't know what that means other than it not being good, and that the IR is sounds like it's going to be likely, and that he's done for the year. Does that mean done for the playoffs as well? I don't know. Does that mean surgery is imminent? This injury is one that they're going to have to show some more clarity on. When the time is right, we'll hear all about it. But it doesn't sound like this is a good injury to have, based on early information that's come out over the last few weeks.
248-539-9797. Let's get back to your open line calls. We go to Tommy in St. Clair Shores. You're next on 97.1. Hello, Tommy.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How are you?
We're good, sir.
Good. So I'm calling about making the trip to Chicago or L.A.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to L.A. tomorrow and then I'll be there for the game. Yeah.
Sweet. And what did you consider any other road trip, or was this the first and only one you're doing?
I considered Cincinnati and Baltimore, but I ended up going to L.A. The ticket was the cheapest.
It was cheaper to go to L.A.? Like the ticket in the stadium or the travel?
The ticket in the stadium for the game was cheaper than like the Cincinnati game or the Ravens game that I could find at least.
Wow. And did it make it overall cheaper to fly to L.A. and go to that game than to go to Cincy or Baltimore?
Yeah, so I actually bought the tickets in July. I bought the plane ticket and the game ticket, and at that time when the NFL released the schedule and the Lions released their ticket prices, at that time it was more expensive to buy a ticket at Ford Field than it was to buy a plane ticket and a game ticket at SoFi. So I chose to do that instead.
Sweet. Well, cool.
Awesome.
Have fun, Tommy.
Yeah, thank you.
We are wondering if it is going to be another Lions fan takeover. 248-539-9797. You put something in your show sheet. Which player stars this week? Do you have an answer to that?
I think on offense, I went last week with Jared Goff, and I thought that he would throw for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns, and I think he had 300 yards, but 1 touchdown. But the Lions won convincingly. Didn't have to worry because they had the big running game. But this week, I'm going to stick with Jared Goff. I think for anything to happen, he's got to be the guy, and I think he's going to complete a high percentage of passes. I agree with Kang. I think we're going to see a lot of the short passing game, the intermediate passing game, and I think that's going to add up, and he's going to be able to take some shots downfield. Lions going to score some points. I don't think the Lions win the game, but I think the Lions going to score plenty of points, and I think Jared Goff is going to have statistically a really good game.
I'm somewhat compelled to go with a guy that's commonly acknowledged as the most underrated player in the NFL, and Jack Campbell. But I think it's going to be Aiden Hutchinson. I think it's a big game for Aiden. And when we talk about turnovers, if the playmakers in the secondary, if many of them are out, which appears to be the case, and some of them certainly confirmed are out, how do you create those turnovers? You create them with pressure. And so I feel like Hutch has to step up and have a huge game. And last week, it was El-Quadi Muhammad, and if he does it, fine. I don't really care who does it, as long as the collective pass rush is getting home enough and getting Stafford off his spots and pressuring enough. But I still think Hutch is the most likely candidate to have a big game. Kang, do you have a prediction for a big game this weekend?
Yeah, I'm just going to go with the guy who's done it multiple times this year, and it's Jahmyr Gibbs, because I think if they cannot run the ball, they're going to have to swing pass it out to him or get him in the flats or even over the middle where he makes that middle linebacker in space not look silly, and he just doesn't know if he's going left or right. I think he's just going to have a ton of touches because they got to keep these drives going. And if the run game's not working, it's always a good option to check it down to Gibbs. I know he had a game earlier, I think it was the Packers game, first game of the year, where he had all these catches and no yards. I don't see that happening again. I think if he gets 7-8 catches, it's going to be like 80 to 100 yards receiving. So I think Gibbs has a big game because I don't see a path for the Lions to win this game, not in a shootout. So I think Gibbs has to have a good game, a big game.
Gator, you also asked the question, are you chesty? Meaning confident.
Yeah, I'm not chesty.
Okay.
This is no. I've said I don't think they're going to win the game, and I'd love for them to win it. Obviously, I'm rooting for them to win the game, but no, I think this is one that they lose. I think it's a shootout, and in the end, I just don't think that the Lions defense, and now knowing that Kirby Joseph's out, definitely out, and no Brian Branch, it's just it's going to be tough for them, for the Legion of Whom, to step up again. This time to step up against Matthew Stafford. I think it's going to be tough. I think that the Rams score in the 40s, and I think the Lions score in the 30s. So I'll say 45-38.
40s, man. Ugh. I as good as their offense is, I don't know if I can go that high. But the one thing about LA is it's not a tough place, not a tough environment to play. The team on the field is tough to play, but the environment isn't like a typical road game.
No, there's like this continuous hum of a crowd noise, but because the crowd is evenly dispersed, it's the same for both teams.
Yeah. I kind of feel like it might be a surprisingly low-scoring game. So it seems to me that, everybody, and I see the same thing that everybody does. Both teams struggle to stop the pass. The Rams secondary hasn't been great of late. Lions have a chance to really do some damage through the air, and we, of course, are well aware, it's been well documented, the Lions struggle. So I still feel like the Lions try and possess the ball and keep Stafford off the field, move the chains, can keep the scoring down, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, coming up, Sharon Moore will be arraigned at 1 o'clock. Any breaking news out of that, we will pass along. Obviously, a sad story. Give you my thoughts on Sharon and just overall, if you missed the beginning of the show. We'll get to some of that. Also coming up, our picks at 124, and the Birchie kid at 130. Scooble news, too. Conflicting reports on the likelihood of him getting traded. I swear we'll get to that today at 120 on 97.1.
What's up, Detroit? It's your girl, Heather, and I'm always looking for ways to stay on top of my game, right? And listen, you know how much I rely on my phone for everything. That's why I got to tell you about this insane deal from Verizon that'll help you be your best self, too. We're talking a low price on the best 5G in Detroit. Seriously, whether I'm blasting my favorite tracks on the morning commute or snagging those last-minute tickets to the hottest new flick.
And now, our feature presentation.
Verizon has my back, and they're going to help you save big while you do it all. Check this out. You can switch today and pay just $50 a month for a single line. You heard me right. $50 a month for the best 5G in Detroit when you bring your own phone on unlimited welcome plan with autopay plus taxes and fees. That's a no-brainer, people. Visit your nearest Detroit Verizon store today to lock in this incredible deal. $20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Rankings based on route metrics, route score, report dated 2H 2024. Your results may vary. Additional terms apply.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
If you
watch the TC West Titans streaming live at UpNorthSportsRadio.com.
Brought to you in part by the Window Source of Western Michigan, where window buying is made simple. 231windows.com.
TC West Titans on UpNorthSportsRadio.com.
Prep your home for the holidays by stopping into McLean's Ace Hardware in Grayling. Paint it up, light it up, decorate it inside and out with everything you'll need. From McLean's Ace Hardware, extra people coming for dinner, McLean's has folding tables and chairs to make room for the entire clan.